Hello, welcome back. Episode 2 of Chapter 2, because I wanted to break it up into chapters, felt appropriate, and makes it easier to track where we are going and where the campaign is at any one time. And Paizo kind of makes the game sort of broken up into 1 to 5, 5 to 10, that sort of thing. But anyway, welcome back, guys. Sorry about last week. I was preparing to go away, and I just came back on the airplane like 5 hours ago. But I wasn't going to be able to prepare for 2 sessions, so I wanted this one to be the session I run. Because I'm also going to be away next week, Chicago. Might meet me there if you're going. Anyway, who wants to do the recap for your SharePoint this week? Let me get some music. Doing it. Oh, I'm the Foundry. There we go. Who wants to do the recap?
Alright, I can give it a go. Okay, so we had just emerged at the surface in a graveyard, and we were given directions to the camp of some vampire hunters by the vampire hunters, so we headed that direction to start. They didn't want Starnberg, our resident snake half-vampire, to stay long, but they offered some information about the lay of the land. The swamps around us were called the Kinswallow, and they suggested that we visit Butson and Butholt across the mountains in the south or southwest. It's a place where vampires apparently have some kind of a foothold. But here, though, this is the land of Rinthir, and they recommended that we also explore to the east a bit, where we might find some villages around the waters. As we headed that way, we came upon some trees that looked like they were dying, and after fighting off some wasp swarms, we deduced they might be suffering from the same curse that affected the fish in our villages. Rask saw a vision of someplace deeper in the swamplands where lanterns moved in formation in the distance through the trees. We started to follow those the next day as we spotted them, but temporarily lost our way. We were found, though, by a pack of wolves who changed into tall humanoids. They warned us not to follow the lights, as they're remnants of an army that sacrificed themselves here to defeat their attackers. But since they recognized us as friends of nature, they offered directions and what knowledge they had. Unfortunately, this is apparently where my notes cut off. I think we came to a village.
Yes, you had just arrived across the little river there. Easy enough for a party with many swimmers and twin speeders, I should say. And you just were on the outskirts when we ended the session, as...
Thank goodness, okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't really miss much.
I haven't learned anything about this place that you're just entering. So, as you guys are entering this place, you think about some of the reasons why you would want to be here. First things first, you have a lot of junk in your inventory and you might want to sell a little bit of it. And this is the first opportunity you're getting in a very long time. Maybe there's other things to figure out here, but for now, you guys arrive. You see before you a pretty sizable town. It certainly has this swampy dock that sort of goes around, maybe in a semicircle along the river, along the lake here. And above that, up a little bit of a hill, is more of a palisade, a fortified village center up at the top. It's not stone walls, nothing like that, and draped from it are little vines and other swamp-like trees, like willows and stuff, dotted around. It looks worse for wear, but you don't immediately get the impression that the people here are destitute. It's more just, it's a swamp village, it's going to look like a swamp village. So, I'm going to move us to a little better scene to get you guys. Oh, I need to reveal it to you guys, that would help. Vision, no. There we go. Village.
Village of Krudarch.
Well, you're not sure what it's called right now, but yes, you can read the scene name in the meta. But, as you guys are approaching the town, you start to see a lot of different people going about their day. People carrying baskets around and pushing carts trying to get their donkey to move in the muck. Their cart's a little bit stuck. And the first thing you do notice, though, is that a lot of the people here are quite different from each other. You see humans, you see these little people that have funny mustaches and sort of wild hair. You see other smaller people, but they look a little bit more like humans, and then you see dwarves. You've met dwarves before. A lot of different people here, which is a little bit different from, the homogeny that you've grown up with. A lot of you, in fact. Being from kobold villages or being from a vampiric society, it tends to be mostly humans around those. But as you guys are walking, is there anything you're looking at, anything you're maybe interested in, just on the outskirts of the village right now?
Resk is enthralled by the architecture here. It's completely different than anything that he's grown up with.
Mm-hmm. The roofs are made of these reeds that sort of droop a little bit in many places. The wood is, of course, they treat it as best they can with mud and other things to protect it. But, they do their best for this watery environment that you find yourself in. Can't help but imagine they could find a different material to use against the waters. But, who knows? Maybe this is all they have.
They would know better than I would.
Mm-hmm. But as you guys are walking up, you start to step between some of the buildings and through the sopping streets here, and at one point, you see a person that looks a little bit more destitute than all the rest. They sort of droop underneath these rags and sit on the side of the street, under the sort of cover of an overhang. It's sort of lightly misting today, so avoiding the rains. And as soon as you guys are starting to walk by, they look up at you. And this hunched figure, almost as small as a kobold, a little bit larger, but an old grandmother, human, but with this sort of white, wiry hair and these nearly, much more opaque eyes than you normally expect from a human. And they sort of generally look in your direction and sort of croak out, "Oh, I haven't heard those steps before. Who's there? Newcomers to Krudarch?"
Well, yes. How could you tell?
Well, it's the way you step through the mud. You're not careful. Not really. Others, they know where to step to avoid the puddles.
What's wrong with the puddles?
Well, you don't want to get your boots wet, but something tells me you don't wear boots. Not all of you.
Boots?
You know what boots are.
At least for your feet.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. You wouldn't happen to mind to spare a coin or so for an old woman? I'm so far away from home with all the war going on.
Okay, sure.
Where is your home, might I ask?
Oh, it's out west, in, Valmark. Far away. I had to go to get away from all of it. I followed the others, a group of those seeking refuge. We didn't realize we'd come upon these swamps, but some people helped us. It's half-orc lady. Really nice of her. They sort of had the same hair as I.
I wasn't aware a war had broken out in this area.
Well, war, rebellion, whatever you want to call it. Strife. That's what it is. But we came far from the strife to get to somewhere that's safer. This is the other side of the swamp, as I've been told, and the people here are nice. They take in all who come. Sort of, as they describe it, a centralized place in the region, in the nation of Rinthia. But I've babbled on enough. I've become a little bit hungry, and the people of this town, their generosity has its limits, and I'm just a poor woman who can barely, well, knit a dress for anybody. Anybody have anything spare for me?
I have 3 coins on me.
You say you are hungry? I have some rations I can provide for you.
Rations, whatever you can provide, it's perfectly acceptable.
Kev will take some of, like, 2 days worth of rations out of his pack and give them to her.
You walk up, she sort of tries to squint and stare at you. Oh, my eyes, they've so much more difficult to see with than used to be. Seem to be a kind soul. As she sort of it feels for your hand and takes the food from you. I imagine so, giving an old woman some of your food. I can't imagine it's been an easy journey for you. But your kind, well, whatever you are, I can't really tell. You'll find acceptance here.
It's, I hope so. I don't really see anybody else like us here, so far anyways.
You probably
Sure,
won't.
in a small.
Oh, maybe. There was, someone complaining about a scaly creature who showed up recently.
Cal looks over at Starnbrook.
Starbuck quietly coughs into his fist and tries to look innocent.
A scaly creature? Do we have any more information?
A small, scaly creature. A rat of a scaly creature, as they said it. Oh, who was that? That was, 1 second. That was, old Rissel. Runs the general store. Complaining someone else was trying to run him out of business here.
Business is business in the end, though, so perhaps he should be doing a better job at running his store.
That's not a very nice thing to say.
It's just how it is. Competition breeds excellence. Perhaps our little skilled friend here just knows how to run his store better.
Competition just makes people, like, hate each other.
Oh, it sounds like you've never had a fun competition then.
What do
Yeah,
you
there are
mean?
fun competitions.
Didn't Lysak and Durzak have a competition going on? Does that make you hate Tresor?
Of course I don't hate Tresser.
See, it sounds like a fun competition then.
He's my friend.
Surely you've challenged your brother to a race once or twice in your childhood,
Yeah, of course.
and you didn't end up hating him.
Well, no. I mean, he's just better than me.
Oh,
Well, perhaps you helped him get better than you through, well, those races.
For the last time, Rask, you were going easy on me.
But I...
Either way, perhaps it's something we should check out or investigate. As much as I want to believe our skilled friend might be running him out of business through skill alone, I feel like it's perhaps worth finding out if there's any foul play going on.
Well, if there's a kobold here on the surface, I definitely want to speak with them, because this is the first time hearing of it.
Oh, you're right.
you can speak with me.
I mean, what do you want to talk about, Sforce?
I don't know. What did you want to talk to the shopkeeper service kobold about?
How long they've been up here, where they came from. Did they come from Lysak a long time ago or something? There's many questions.
Oh, well, I was
Because
born
of-
up here.
Well, where did you come from?
From up here.
Do
Nah,
we have
like-
more money? I just have this silver and these 2 coppers, and I'm not really sure that would be enough.
We have many other things we can barter with.
Oh, you all go on. I've taken up too much of your time.
Do you guys mind if I take a couple gold out of our stash?
What for?
Resk
For the
just kind of
poor,
like
probably.
stands still, like mouth shut.
Right ahead, she admittedly gave us some quite useful information.
Resk smiles and kind of like digs in for 3 gold coins, and then he'll give them away.
She can probably buy a house now.
Oh dear, this is far too much. I could I could thrive. Oh, very generous, very kind. Good on you. Not everyone here is as kind.
2 more of those and you can buy some turnips. No, radishes.
What? What are those?
Oh, they're like mushrooms, but the mushroom part is underground, and the mycelium part is above.
There are no moon radish kobolds here.
Hey, by the way, isn't this your first time seeing rain, or do you have that? Did you have that in Lysac still?
Core's note says the mist, that was kind of just like the fog of those swamps, starts actually forming up and turning into droplets that seem to simply fall out of the sky. Sky being obscured by this blanket of puffy smoke, as you can only best describe it.
I thought this was just how things were up here.
Well, there's certainly regions that are more commonly plagued by weather like this, but most of the time it's rather average.
So does this mean there's like a lake up in the sky or something, and that's where this water's coming from?
Metaphorically speaking.
Chester, what do you think of this?
This is strange. That's for sure. I'm out of my depth here.
It feels nice.
This is weird.
Rask, as the water droplets sort of fall around you, since they're so tiny, it's so easy for you to sort of exert a little bit of control on them and swirl them around you to bring them into your aura.
I kind of just absentmindedly start playing with them. Just sort of swirling them around a little and making shapes.
Swirl and dance. Getting better, certainly, at the smaller sort of kinesis, the smaller control. A little bit more fine. You can't make full out like letters of, words in the water as if you were drawing or painting or something like that, but you can make them dance, you can make them sort of, correlate with each other, do things in tandem. More complex actions at the very least.
It feels nice.
So,
We
where to
should
next?
we should go get turnips.
I don't want turnips.
Why?
Kind of sounds like a scam.
This sort of this main road walks along the harbor here as people are pulling up fish by the bundle, and you do get the sense that most of this is just fishing huts and storage and stuff. But out ahead a little bit more, there seems to be some sort of square, much like the one you have at home, sort of a central congregation point.
Well, Starbrook, can you lead us to the store so we can talk to this person?
I'm not exactly familiar around these points, but perhaps just looking at the signs we might be able to find it. Assuming there's like
That we could-
signposts hanging outside. the
It's
buildings.
easy enough. You were sort of pointed in that direction by the old lady. What were you saying, Sports?
I was about to say, if not, we could just take a peek at who's running the place. We're looking for a little skilled guy, maybe a kobold.
Perhaps. But kobolds aren't supposed to bark. So,
Bark, bark.
that being
Oh,
said,
Sorry about that.
Let's,
That's
let's
fine.
head over here towards that square area, then maybe we can get a better view of what's around.
Yes, you guys head over in that direction. Getting past carts here and there, people, they look, but shrug their shoulders. And here comes more new people, different people all over. It doesn't seem to bother them all that much. And as you get around to the central square here, you see what seems to be a notice board that has a little awning over it to prevent it from being rained on. You see a little bit of a small fountain that seems to be the only stone structure around here, though it's sort of half tilted in a different direction just because of the sopping earth that it's been placed upon. And you also see a little stall being run by a little man, a little kobold. One that seems to be quite familiar. They have this milky white scale color.
Wait, what?
Oh boy.
Milk?
Milk swears. I'm not this big, but, yes. Oh, kin. Look. See if you can buy. See if you can sell, maybe?
Wait, how did you get here?
How'd I get here? I, went up the rocks.
Shouldn't you have passed us at some point?
I didn't pass you, so I must have come a different way.
Yeah, there's definitely more than one way to get up.
Here, look. You didn't buy much last time, maybe you buy more now.
It's good to see you, by the way.
Oh, yes, yes. Very, very good. Now, I wish to buy this thing that they keep calling milk up here. But milk is my name. I don't know why they're selling me around here.
Well, I
But I
haven't
need
seen
money.
I haven't seen any more of you, so
But I don't
Must
know
not
what it
be.
is. It's weird. They keep wanting to buy me.
Ooh, a claw.
well, we have a lot of stuff to offload. You wanna buy?
Oh, yes, yes. As long as you buy too, maybe. But, I will give you a good deal on everything. So, everything. Yes. But as you guys are sort of perusing, Milk mostly has some of the same stuff he had before, though maybe it's a little bit more in your price range now. He also sort of like side eyes over towards what seems to be the general store, as it has a big sign on it that's, well, it says the general store. Hurry quick though. Cruise fast. No, don't want to be seen.
I've heard you've been having some trouble.
Trouble, yes. That was, he shouted his name at one point to some, people. The people didn't really care. Yes, Ristle Broom Hair. A little guy, kind of like us, but has a weird, round face and colorful hair, like the leaves that fall off the trees up here. He called me rotten milk, which is a little rude.
You're not rotten at all.
See? Maybe you go tell him that. Maybe you go, help me. Help against this guy. He's mean. You're my friends. You're not his friends, right?
Haven't even met the guy.
Well, then you're not his friend. But yes.
Why doesn't he like you?
Well, he said something about, me taking all his junk and undercutting, whatever that means. I'm just here selling stuff, and people buy it.
Have you been like digging through his trash or something?
There's no such trash. What does that mean?
Like the stuff you don't want anymore.
You don't want things anymore? I only want
No,
things. I always want
want
things.
no. Now hold on. I want things still. Don't take this the wrong way.
Well, I mean, do you have some trash? Maybe you give them to me. Or you sell them. See? Everything has value.
Trying to move things to the sale box.
Yes. So whatever you guys want to sell, you are able to sell anything in the sale box, and I feel like you guys have had a lot of stuff running around in your stash that's not sure that you're going to use. Also, these alchemical grenades would have gone away because they were, what do you call it as an alchemist? Infused reagents from that dwarf. So those are gone.
Oh, okay. I have some on my inventory too that I can get rid of.
Yeah. The grenades would be inert now.
I used a couple of them. We got some use out of it.
Do we want to keep the silver in the silver chunks?
Wasn't the whole purpose of getting that to sell it?
Yes.
Ooh, that's shiny. Good price. Very good price.
You can also use it to kill vampires. Are you still doing that?
Kill vampires? Didn't you already kill a vampire?
Yeah, it was a bad kobold one.
Bad kobold, yes. Bad.
There's a lot of vampires up here, though. There might be more bad kobolds.
I hear that, yes, but not around here, really. Is he a bad kobold? Well, is he a bad vampire? And he points at Starnberg.
We're not sure yet.
I think he's a
we
good
thought
one.
not, but we're working that out.
I'm the best around, I'll have you know.
Oh, so
It's
he's
a very low bar.
good, good vampire.
He's absolutely the best one we've met.
He's the only one we haven't tried to kill immediately.
How many have you met?
3.
3.
Well, those are good odds. Say, I see some goggles in your backpack. Are you using them? I could take them.
Is anybody good at tracking at all in this group?
I'm good at tracking.
Yeah, that was Rasty. I left it for him.
Yeah, Swords of Rask. Those would be good for you.
I would absolutely be up for those. I don't think I realized we had that.
You have a lot of junk. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, I want those.
Okay.
Do we want to keep this extra rope? We probably should. In these pythons.
You
Good
also
things,
note
good
this
things to keep.
weird tablet to him, right? Can't remember what this was for.
I'm gonna slap you.
Tablet? What
Swords.
tablet?
No, there is no tablet.
Why you lie?
Yes,
That's-
voice. Why would you lie to our good friend, the shopkeep?
Oh, sorry, that's been my thing ever since we got up here. You know, lying.
I don't like Cal.
What?
It gives you a weird
Honestly,
look.
I don't blame you. He can be kind of grumpy sometimes.
You
He's a
keep
good
secrets.
guy, though.
Yes.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh yeah. Just give me your stuff. Give me and I will give you coin back for it. Standard rate, you know. You guys good with the sale box? Ready to sell?
I think so.
All right.
While I'm here, I should probably invest into my healer's gloves.
Oh yeah. Investing takes as long as it takes to equip the item. It's not like one day or something like that, like in D&D.
Excellent.
But I think there's something about not being able to invest in a new item for a day after you uninvest in the old one. Something like that. It's not just instant, you can swap things around as much as you want. I don't think it's supposed to be like that, so. But that's long away until you guys actually get
Yeah.
enough
the
stuff
cap.
to get to the cap, yeah. Alright, so 186.4. I will divide that by 2. Except for
So
the
is
old
it normal?
painting. You guys are breaking the rule. The old painting treasures do not go in the sell box. I sell them. Because there's a little button for selling.
That's right.
Because they sell at full value, so I don't want them inside of the calculation for the total. But yes.
We're
166.
criminals.
That's fine.
Wait, how are we criminals?
83
broke the
gold.
rules.
rule breakers.
Golden light. There we go.
Rule breaker.
Alright, those items are gone. To him, I'm actually going to have him keep the silver in his inventory. Just in case. I want him back. But you have to sell, or you have to buy it for again.
You're putting those back in the party inventory.
Oh shit, okay. Wait, no, don't put them in your bag.
But you gave them back.
No, not how this works.
So is it normal for Lyzak and Durzak kobolds to come up here? Usually it seems to make a big deal out of it, but Milk's just sort of come up on his own.
I haven't heard of anybody coming up here.
Oh, yeah.
I just wonder, I look for trade.
There's no
Good things.
rules about it, as far as I know.
It didn't seem very hard, I just walked up until I found this place. I heard you guys talking about it in Lyzak one time. Made me curious.
We had to cross some dangerous stuff to get up here. You were pretty lucky, I think.
Yes, I'm very lucky. Or, when somebody comes along, I just throw money at them and run away.
Does that work?
Well, they stop to pick up the money. They want the money.
That would make it work, yes.
Have you tried using fake money?
Ah, good idea. But, I wouldn't know how to make fake money. I know how to make real money, though. I just made a lot of real money.
Oh, right. Yes, made. Yes.
Or defensive projectiles. Good, good. And, as he's, rambling on, you hear sort of across the way a door slam open. Oh, by the gods! He's got more customers, and they're like him. Ah, jeez. Wait, no, that doesn't exist here. By the gods. You stop. Just get out of town or something. It's messing up my business. And he slams the door again on the general store.
I think we should have a talk with him.
Don't they have different goods? I mean, I would certainly hope they do.
He has different stuff, yes. Different stuff than me. But you buy from me anything at all. Good luck. I can slash your eye.
Actually, yeah, I was thinking about that. I would like that.
See far, very far.
Yes, see far, see well.
Aye. He knows, he knows.
Do we want
But
to
yeah, actually, I
split-
would like to buy that if I could.
Yeah, you just drag it into your own inventory and, just
I'll
always...
take money from the stash because I don't have enough in my inventory.
Do you just
Yeah.
want to distribute the money from the party inventory?
Oh, actually, yeah, that would work better.
I'll do that. Then. There we go. Distribute it out. Everyone gets about 49 gold, 50 gold.
Oh, wow.
See, now you sell and now you buy. The exchange of goods.
I was freaking out because your numbers weren't adding up because I was looking at the gold and it said 11. Like, oh right, platinum exists.
Yep.
I've never seen this much money before.
I've seen that much. I make that much.
So, certainly more comfortable now that I'm flush with funds again after running around with merely silver to my name.
Trust or not, you can buy that waffle iron you wanted.
I already did.
There's 2 more here you can buy.
Well, I only need one. How many waffle irons do you need?
Well, if you have more, you can make more simultaneously.
Well, that just seems excessive. Who needs to make that many waffles?
Oh,
He's like
and
me.
sorry, one thing I found this, and one of you kind of looks interesting for you.
What?
It's
Rest kind of
pottery.
like starts staring at it.
Yeah, it's a little disc. I found it in the water. It was like making a whirlpool. They thought it was
This
junk.
was making a whirlpool
Yes,
in the water?
yes. you see what seems to be sort of flowing metallic. It's sort of silvery. I'm not sure if it is silver, but a flowing metallic disc that seems to be, in its own way, in its own sort of inlay, making a whirlpool-like shape. I don't know where it came from.
Can I touch it?
Oh, yes. Touch for free.
I carefully like touch it and kind of like pick it up and make sure that it's near him so he can tell that I'm not like running away with it or anything.
I know you're not running.
Right.
I shoot magic missile at you if you run.
Oh, right. Okay, that's what you meant. You weren't
But I was...
weren't talking about me being slow and a bad runner.
Maybe you are, but you say that, not me. But, I
Oh.
was also told that, magic missile is called force barrage up here. Different.
Well, that's a silly change.
Yes, I know. Magic missile sounds so much better. It's magical, and it's a missile.
Plus, it rolls off the tongue quite well. Perhaps it's something I envy you kobolds for.
I pull out a bunch of coins totaling 50 gold and I set it down.
50. You
This
have
is
less
50 gold.
than 60. You can't count either?
I can count.
No offense, I mean, but, it's okay if you can't count. I count for you, and it looks like 50.
Cal will add 10 gold.
Nobody asked you. You can keep your filthy money. Anyway,
I steal the 10 gold that Cal set down.
good. There you go. You take from him and give to me.
It's
That's what I
mine.
want.
I just happened to come across 10 more gold. And I set it down on the counter. I took it from somebody who wasn't deserving of it.
That's right. He wasn't. Give it here, and you take the attenuator. Or that's at least what I called it. It attenuates the water. Yes,
What exactly does it attenuate to?
water.
Well, look, it's porous. It like absorbs water. Definitely, that's how it works.
Like it's a little like attracted to it. It like wants to roll into the water. And there's a lot of water around, so it's bouncing around all the time. Maybe you can get control of it.
Can't you just put it in your mouth? There's a lot of water in there.
I did want my head to explode when it bounces around. But yes, anything else before you go and talk to mean guy over there? Maybe you talk to him for me. Maybe you make him not so mean and not tell others to not shop with me.
So if you bite the eye slash, will Milk himself give us a tattoo?
Yes, I slash your eye.
Yeah, I'm waiting
Makes
for
it
the
look good.
conversation to be but
Rask?
I am excited.
Rask has completely checked out of the conversation and he's like obsessing with this new object that he's holding.
How exactly will slashing my eyes make me see better?
Well, it cuts it open. There's less in the way. And it
Don't your
looks good.
eyes ever bother you? Don't you just want to open them up?
As a person of medicine, I feel highly offended by your logic.
I also sprinkle a little magic in it. But it has to be a
I mean,
slash. I can't just sprinkle it on your eye. I have to slash your eye first. To put the sprinkle in the eye a little bit. That's how it... who are you asking? I make the eye slash, and it works.
It makes sense. I've spent my entire life with my eyelids in the way.
Precisely.
get the feeling that this only works because there's some sort of shenanigans going on.
Yes, I said magic. Magic is shenanigans. But I have to slash your eye. So you want eye slash?
I'll pass. I'd rather, not trust you with a procedure like that.
I'm surprised you don't want to see blood in color when it is black and white all around. You
I
betray your
can
own
smell
nature.
that.
I was considering it, but, I think everyone else also feels safer if I don't, grab it.
Well, I can slash your eye at any time and any day if you decide otherwise.
It wouldn't particularly bother me.
You bought one big thing. But yes, good, good. Unless you guys want anything else, I see a line of people who want to sell me things, buy things. Hey, can I get that eye slash thing? Yes, yes, you can.
Wow, you're slashing like fish.
Huh?
I don't know what sells good. Does anybody know something that like naturally sells good?
Milk,
Like
perhaps?
waffle irons.
No, nobody wants to sell me milk.
Yeah. What even is this milk product? Like,
No, you go to tavern to figure that out. You know tavern here? It's a Windshear Tavern on the east side. It's windy over there.
I'll have to check that out on the other shop.
But yes, shop over there. So he stops yelling at me.
Yeah, maybe if we go visit the other shop as well and buy from him, then maybe that'll smooth things over.
Oh no, you don't buy from competition. You a friend of mine, not a friend of his. You only buy from friends, yes?
yeah.
Yes.
Rask just kind of stares into space.
Well, if you don't want my money, then maybe the other shop will.
Yeah, you go buy from somewhere that wants you.
Wait. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Didn't you want that eye slash dresser? Seems like he can only slash people's eyes 3 times. Gotta get it before it runs out.
That's called artificial scarcity.
I think Dresser did get it.
I think it did.
Yeah,
Oh, he
bought it.
did. Yeah, never mind it.
But yes, you guys head away from Milk and head across the square.
What's his problem all of a sudden?
It's
really
not very
sure.
sudden. He's always kind of like that.
Is single somebody out in a group and be a jerk to him?
Yeah, I think he makes a game out of it. It's over the years it's gotten funnier.
He's a
Also-
very unique individual.
As far as if you mention the thing again, I'm going to throw you into the swamp.
As you guys
But we
are
should still figure out what to do with it.
As you guys are walking along and discussing a little bit, you see a dwarven woman that sort of has these almost childlike, those Wendy's sort of braids in sort of a light brown color, but she seems to be a grown dwarven woman. Sort of, hammering something, a notice onto the notice board in the center of town there.
We should go see what's on that board too. Maybe they're talking about news or something.
As you guys walk
Okay, let's do it.
over there, she sort of turns, noticing you approach. Oh, don't let me get in the way. Sorry. Just these kids. I'll worry about them.
Wait, so what is the purpose of this board then?
Well, what do you mean? The board.
What is it for?
It's for notices. Notices for as you can see here, it's got propositions for marriage. New taxes and old. requests for rat extermination, that sort of thing. But I try to I try to make room for mine here. You see, these kids have been disappearing every so often. And adults too, but I worry about the kids. You know, I used to be a mother, not anymore after all that's gone on.
What do you mean that they have been disappearing?
Oh, it's been quite a few over the months and years I've been here. Nobody notices sometimes because they're often the vagrants of the town. And not just kids, as I say, there's others. Adults too.
Cal looks at Stormbrook again.
How long do they tend to be gone for?
Well, forever. They've never come
oh.
back. Though everyone keeps telling me they've moved on or went to a different town or something like that, but you know, I worry sometimes that a lot of these people are people who are from out of town in the first place. Then people say, oh, they're just wanderers, they were never going to stay for long.
Is that what happened to your kids?
Well, no, I lost my kids out west, Valmark. It's been years now, really. This little rebellion that they've got going on the borders there between the swamp and Valmark. I lived out there, and bad things happened, and you know, kids don't survive.
Is that still ongoing?
It still is. There's rebels still in the swamp yet. You might have even met some of them if you were walking around in the swamp.
Ah, it seems really dangerous.
I'm Miss Tolstoy, by the way. Don't really like to tell her my first name.
I'm Rask.
Nice to meet you, Rask. You have more manners than the rest of them, as he goes to shake your hand.
It's about all I have.
Hey, I have a lot of manners too.
Well, I can shake your hand as well.
Yeah,
I
let's
have
do it.
manners, but only for some people.
I think I deserve a few manners as an old,
Few.
a widow.
Few for now. More later.
Well, you're welcome in this town. It's taken me in, and I've been safe here for quite some time. You should be too, if you're fleeing from something. They know. Everyone knows everybody here. Everyone knows who's coming in new. Word will spread, of course.
Not running quite, but searching. I appreciate that, though.
Oh, you be on your way. I've got to finish putting up these papers and all that.
The thing about people disappearing like that is that if they really were just moving on, if they were here for a while, then even someone like me would have made a friend or two, or somebody that they maybe think of as a friend, that even though they don't necessarily feel the same way, but they would generally say their goodbyes before leaving. That's right.
Aye, they might, but I try to say the same thing to people to convince them that something different's happening here. Some people do, you know, share my concerns, but most people just wave their hand and say, well, some people just want to, you know, move on without anybody noticing or not all the hubbub of whatever. Some people just want to disappear, they say.
Yeah, some people do, but if it's as many as you're describing, definitely not that many.
Well, it's been quite a bit over the years, or over the months and a year or two, since I've been here at the very least. 2 dozen if you count some of them.
So what exactly is on your notice in that case?
Well, names, descriptions. That's it, really. list of missing people so people are aware.
Okay.
They've heard of anything, especially you newcomers and the like. But if you guys read over the names, you don't recognize any of them at all.
It may just be something that we'll have to keep in mind.
Or we could go and actively investigate.
I mean, I wasn't gonna make you do that.
I mean, hey, what's a bit more? What's a few more sidetracks? You know?
I'm literally here to explore. So I, I like this. I think it might be nice to do that, you know?
And I don't know where you'd look, really. It's been a long time for a lot of them.
And that's the problem. Yeah. That's more or less what I meant by we'll have to keep our minds on it. Because if we don't really have anything to go on, then I don't know if we can do anything yet.
Well, then let's find something to go on, or at the very least, find something to do. I that's too much to see. I don't want to just sit around.
No one's gonna just sit around.
Hey, don't fret yourselves. This has been an ongoing issue. Nothing will change if you do it today or tomorrow. Get your bearings. Looks like you've taken a long journey from somewhere. Maybe take yourselves and get a bath or something.
I wouldn't mind, like, stopping to rest for a bit, honestly.
Hey, well, you can go to the tavern for that, the Windshear. But
Nothing says we really have to, like, get on the road right away, right?
Yep, we're not in a hurry. Take our time and enjoy. Smell the flowers. Enjoy the sights.
the moss smells good this time of year.
Tastes
Definitely
good
smell
too.
worse, I'm sure.
I will, I won't keep you. He goes back to hammering notices up on the notice board.
I wonder if there's any decent fishing around here. I've never
Probably
fished in this
lost
kind of
swamp fish.
environment, but maybe I don't know. Maybe there's somewhere that people do go for that. Unless there are fish that can live here. I don't know. Maybe we can ask around.
There's plenty of people going about their day, fishermen sort of hauling in lines, and you know, people
Fishermen.
spooling up nets and stuff, fixing them, all that. Plenty of people around. General store is still there. You heard about the wind shear. You guys could split up. All up to you.
Well, we should definitely check out the store and the tavern for sure.
Yeah, let's. I feel like we we already bought some milk. I don't know if we need anything else. We should check the tavern to learn a bit. There's a lot we don't
I'm
know.
hungry.
That too, I guess.
Alright. Everybody else agree?
I'm down.
Sure.
Alright.
Everybody?
So, as continue along, you pass by a few more fishermen and the like, but you notice as you're going along, you guys get a few more looks, a little bit dirty in a way, like not like dirty like in the wrong way, but dirty in the not liking you way in a way. Like people on this side of the town are different from the guys that were just down the street. It's a little bit weird.
That is weird.
But anyway, You guys continue along into the tavern. Well, it's a rundown tavern. I mean, it sort of has a drooping roof, and part of it is, you know, sloped in such a way that most of the water is dripping right next to the door there, splashing away. But, well, yes, you find your way inside. It's a lot drier inside of here. There's plenty of rug to wipe your feet on and, well, dry up in this place. There's a roaring fire in the corner that's soothing to your scales, and, well, bustling. It's about midday, so there's not as many people probably in here that you would expect. You've been to the tavern at Lysac, and the same way, people get done with their work and then they come, but there's plenty of people here still. And behind the bar, you see a figure. Let's see. Da-da-da. What's the notes? A human, a male, a raven-haired man, who sort of has a lanky sort of face, a long face, if you were, and, well, he sort of immediately looks up at you, as you do certainly look a little bit different than most of the clientele here, and sort of shouts across the room, "Oh, you look like you could use some warming up. Take your place by the fire. I'll have someone come around."
Think, Rest like, just kind of interrupts himself and kind of like waddles over to the fire.
Forrest tries to
yes,
sort of
yes.
slowly lead the group to the seat furthest away from the fire.
Furthest away from the fire. Not very subtle.
Interesting.
What is the temperature at? Is it cool?
It's pretty cold because of the rain, certainly, but it's warm next to the fire.
Why are we sitting so far away from the fire?
Well, it's a good chance to enjoy the crisp, cool air. I was just feeling really, tired and hot after, walking the whole way here,
Yeah, admittedly, just don't want soot on my clothes.
Rask just kind of keeps an eye on the group from the other side of the room for the time being.
Oh no, we split the party.
Oh no!
Well, regardless, same sort of barmaid comes up to each of you. This halfling woman who seems to have this sort of like spiky hair almost. She's a little bit, shall we say, against the grain in her looks. Certainly for this town. But still, she sort of immediately rushes up. "Aye, what do you want? You want anything good? What do you even drink, your kind? I'm here to learn, I guess, but what is it?"
That is a good question.
Rask comes over to join the others and
Yeah.
sees the person there.
I'd like something strong.
Gonna try to remember different options that they usually had.
Something strong. Sure you can take that?
Probably not, but I still want to try.
Well, it's your funeral.
Do you get any spirits from Bjertzen?
Why do we have any spirits from Butson?
Well, just a chance.
I don't think we're in trading terms with them right now.
Fair enough.
You really aren't from around here, then?
I'm not, no.
We've been
You-
living under a rock at the very least.
Both
I mean, some of us,
metaphorically
yeah.
and quite literally.
I did.
Well, I mean, no harm done then. Just something nice, something prissy and elegant, I suppose. We don't have much of that, but I can find something dusted off for you. For your taste.
I would appreciate that.
I'll come back around once the rest of you figure out what you want.
What kind of drinks are there here?
Well, we got the kind of ones that put the hair on your chest, and the kind of ones that babies drink.
I look down at my belly thinking about this.
Are you a milk drinker or are you a whiskey sipper?
I've never had either of those.
Yeah,
I
you
should definitely try the whiskey
ever
then.
had milk.
Is whiskey good?
It'll put your
Yeah,
hair on your chest. I don't know if you can grow hair yourself, but
Oh,
I'm
I
sure
don't-
you'll.
Oh, it's like drinking lightning. You should try it.
I drink plenty of it myself, and I have hair on my chest.
I don't really think hair would be good for me.
It'll certainly make you
Well,
less
it'll
cold.
keep you warm.
I'm warm.
Well, what
Well, you'd
kind
be a
of?
lot warmer next to the fireplace too. But
I'd rather not drink something that makes me grow hair. I don't know what other things that magic would do.
oh, it ain't magic. It's science.
What?
You know what I mean. I'll go get some for you. I'll let you taste both. How about that? She rushes off.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really want hair.
I don't either. Rask?
That is kind of scary.
It is. Like,
Wait, quick question. I have
Yeah.
a very important question. Did we pass by any sheep on our way here?
No, not in these parts.
Dang.
It would be really soggy, right?
What? Yes. They're usually found up in the hills, pasture lands. Might be some around here.
You see, if you drink too much of it, you'll end up looking like those wolves we encountered, well, earlier.
That would just get in the way.
On the other hand,
don't
it'll
see the
give you
appeal
some
of such a
strong
drink.
fangs.
Why would anyone drink that? Why would anyone want that?
Well, those wolves were quite, were talking about their freedom and feeling liberated, weren't they?
I don't think big fangs would help me.
Not long, though, before she returns, with a couple of thimbles of milk and a couple of thimbles of whiskey. Well, you couldn't decide, so take your pick.
Is this? Oh, this is milk. The thing they named after milk.
Milk? Oh, you know that, you know the other one who looks like you down in the square. He calls himself Milk.
Yeah, that's his name. It's been his name for years.
He said it was M-Y-L-K. We call it
Yeah, that's how you spell it.
M-I-L-K. No, it's the same pronunciation, but it's different spelling.
Hole.
That's a weird spelling. Why would you
Where?
spell it like
Hole.
Hole? What?
Where hole?
Where hole? This ain't a brothel.
No, what? What's that? No. No, hole is two different words that sound the same. And where? There's
Oh, you mean whole milk and
Two,
holes in the ground.
three wheres.
And where werewolves and where werewolves and I don't know.
Maybe
I
there's
saw this
four.
thing on the notice board that was making fun of werewolves.
Yeah. So that's what milk is like. It's not milk as in this white stuff, but milk as in, just his name. Kind of like my name is Rask.
Right, I think everybody at the table understands that, sweetie.
I wasn't sure if they understood it or not.
Well, who's gonna drink milk and who's gonna be the whiskey drink? I want to
Well,
see this. Place isn't
I've
that
Fourth
busy.
path at the whiskey.
I have to try the milk after all this madness.
Yeah, I take a little tiny sip of milk, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna gag it up.
It's not very good. I can imagine somebody not drinking milk their whole life and just trying it.
Nope,
Is it
nope,
pulpy?
nope, nope.
Well, it just came out of the cow the other day.
What's a cow?
You know what a cow is? Well, I mean, a cow, it's a thing with 4 legs, and it's got white and black spots on it, and these little horns. Sometimes. The other ones don't have horns. Don't milk the ones with horns.
Don't milk once with. Huh? And what does whiskey come out of?
That comes out of plants.
I pick up some whiskey and I drink a little thimbleful of that.
There you go. You a vegetarian?
No, I'm. So. Wow.
Yeah, that
no,
kicks,
I'm,
doesn't it? It kicks like a bull.
It's warm. Whoa.
That'll
Yeah,
warm you up if you can't find the fireplace in here.
Yeah, I'm a fisher.
Oh, well, you have good company here. Right. Well,
Unfortunately, we are not here to do much fishing, but perhaps time will afford itself for that.
I mean, we could always, take a couple days.
well, you could use some shall we say, livening up there, big guy. Don't let these
I
little
like
ones
the
bring you
whiskey.
down. As she sort of pats Sternberg's shoulder. You guys enjoy yourselves, okay? Loosen this one up a little
away
bit.
a little as he's touched.
Mm-hmm. He walks off.
Man, it's been so long since I've had money. I've missed this.
I'm sure you owe me quite a bit of rent for the times I've been letting you stay.
Well, you can put that on hold, right? I just need to. I want to drink now.
All right, go ahead.
What are your fortitude saves, Spores and Rask?
Cal smells the whiskey and kind of recoils.
Can I
I see.
also make a fortitude save to see whether or not I'm lactose intolerant?
Sure.
Rask
Milk
really likes
intolerant.
this.
I mean,
Yeah,
are we
Rask and
lactose
Spores are
intolerant?
just fine.
Oh,
Oh
phew.
my goodness.
And Tresser is not lactose intolerant, so y'all y'all
That's
drink
a
just
miracle.
fine.
Suarez goes for seconds.
Seconds, alright, the DC has increased. She gave basically 5 of each to the table. And as far as once this one hits, you, well, it's up to you to roleplay this.
Oh, there we go. That hits the spot. Say,
Consequences
are you
are-
stopping? Are you stopping there, Rask? Come on, haven't got to the good part yet.
It was kind of small, wasn't it?
Yeah. 2 or 3 more should be good.
Yeah, I'll do another.
Okay.
Rask, are you sure you don't want a sip of your own?
What do you mean?
It's gonna be Cal.
Ask,
I
you
do,
also suffer the consequences of your action, however you wish that to play out.
Sword slams down another.
Okay,
Yeah,
Spores, roll me another fortitude save, please.
I think I'm fine. That stuff smells terrible.
It's going to be a failure for slamming down your 4th fireball.
No, you just gotta try it. You'll- You'll stop tasting it eventually. if
Spores is
it's not
sickened
to your-
1.
Wait, isn't the point of drinking something to taste it though? Why would you want to stop tasting it?
You've never tasted water before, right? Doesn't taste like anything.
No, water has
Water
a
has
taste.
a taste.
Numb tongue.
Like, you drink it, it tastes a lot like what you ate before, and the minerals within the water. Like, it,
I bet the water outside town here probably wouldn't taste very good.
no.
Who knows? Have you tried it?
Have you
Wait,
seen it?
let me see.
It's very murky.
Sternberg, roll me a perception check. as the kobolds are making fools of themselves.
Krudarch is being the responsible adult around, and he's not doing a good job
He's
at
driving.
You're having a look around, and, well, you get some funny looks from people. You get the same vibe as you had walking down the street a little earlier towards the tavern, that people are starting to look at you funny. Just don't know why, though.
Wow, these people look very funny. Or is that the look in their face?
it. I get the feeling that people are paying more attention to us now.
Yeah.
Starbuck turns to like one of the turns to one of the people he like catches looking at them and just like shouts, "Hey, what are you looking at?"
I knew you shouting at, lizard. Nobody invited you around here.
I wasn't aware that we needed an invitation. I believe the door was very much open.
Oh, so you like barging into places, don't you? You just think any open door's an invitation. And who's your
What?
giggling idiot?
Life's all open doors. You gotta keep going if you want to really live.
I'm
Oh,
Rats.
that's kind of smart, actually. Your friends are dumb, but you have a way with words.
It's this is the tavern. It's so though a tavern is you could just go in. you could just walk in.
The bartender, actually, this proprietor, it seems, sort of comes around the side of the bar and walks up. He's still sort of rubbing some splotches off a glass or something. You two might want to take your friends out of here. I don't think you're welcome. As much as I hate to admit it, I don't like the look of your friends. As he talks to Spores.
Sorry, what? Why am I getting lumped in with these two?
Did I ask you? You're drunk
come
just
on,
like
you
the
can make it
rest of them. You're
official.
making a fool of yourself.
How am I making a fool of myself? I'm not even drinking anything.
You snuck a drink somewhere. You're stumbling over your words. You don't belong here. You need to sober up or something.
It's alcohol.
What are you doing? Are you the local harasser?
No, I'm the
Just going
owner of
around
this
telling people what
establishment. And y'all, you gotta get your friends out of here.
We paid money and you're...
Yeah, but I can't abide by you slopping over the table and making fools of yourself. And making the other patrons upset at you.
Oh, do they feel bad that we're so much better mannered?
I mean, I don't know.
We didn't even do anything. We're just. There, other people here are drinking too. We're not the only ones.
Yeah, I don't
In
think
here.
your kind can hold liquor that well.
Well, that's quite a statement.
I mean, I don't know, but look, you take
I
your
don't
friends.
think your kind can handle much at all.
I don't have
think you could
anything
even handle a
against
knife
you.
in your side.
You didn't drink all that. You drank milk.
I wanted to try it.
But these other ones, they gotta go.
Wow, I didn't know it was a crime to drink alcohol in a tavern. It's like you're acting like we did this terrible crime. It's alcohol in a tavern. What do you think you can get off so high on doing this intimidation stuff on us?
Look,
You're
here,
just
here,
mad
here.
at us because we look different from the other people in here, your other customers, and you're
It
like,
ain't that. It ain't
it's
that.
totally that.
It
It is
is.
absolutely that.
Look, I don't care if you two here. He points at Sforz and Tresser. Can I talk to you, just without the interruption of these three?
Why? Are they not
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
along?
sure. We're all friends here.
I want
Good,
to
What
do
you
good.
got to say?
I want to do an sense motive check. Perception.
Okay.
1 second.
Starbucks glowering at the barkeep.
Ralph
You're-
raises his voice for the first time in his life.
Hal, you're not sure what's going on here. It's weird, though. Yeah, let me just talk to you. He sort of pulls Sforz and Tresser aside. Now, I know your friends, all three of them, have had a lot to drink, but I respect you all for trying to look after them, but, they're disturbing the other patrons. I don't have anything against your kind. I don't even know who you are, but your friends gotta go.
Well, do you know why everyone's complaining about us? Maybe we could make
Well,
it up. We could
they're
all be
making a
friends.
mess of themselves. That's all it is. And they ain't get angry and yell angry things at them because they're making a mess of themselves. This is a quiet establishment, at least during this time. You can come back here and be, rowdy and all that when it gets late, and everyone accepts it like that. But some of these people are grandparents. They don't want people shouting and hollering at this hour.
If you're worried about that, we could just tell them to be a bit quieter. We could get some tissues going and clean them up after.
Yeah, I mean, you seem the soberest of them all here. But it's not gonna help. You gotta take them outside. And if you refuse, I mean, I'm afraid we're gonna have to keep them out. By force.
Well, what do you think, Dresser?
I don't think he's worth it. Let's just get out of here while we can do so easily.
Yeah, we could take some with us. We could keep drinking on the way.
Yeah, go right ahead. There's nothing against that. And he sort of shrugs and goes back to the bar. Goes into the back. As that's happening, the rest of you are still getting stares from others.
Oh my, I don't think we're making quite a good first impression around these points.
There's something.
It's their fault.
There's something going on here.
I get the feeling there's perhaps a bit of slander going on in regards to,
No, there's something going on here. I haven't even drank anything, and he's lopping me in with Sforz and Rask here. Milk got angry at me for no reason. I think there's
Yeah.
something going on here.
And I didn't even do anything until they started acting like that. I was just kind of a little giggly. I got mad because they talked to me like that. I was
See.
keeping myself.
so you're thinking something is making the people angry, but shouldn't that be affecting us as well? I guess we're fresh arrivals.
Well, we're new people. That other lady didn't seem to have any issues. Remember how she mentioned that everybody on the one side of town was angry and whatnot all the time?
Yeah, maybe they're
Oh,
just
yeah.
terrible people. Have we considered that?
No.
Did you guys leave the tavern?
Probably something.
Yeah, we should leave before these people try to kill us or something.
Yeah, come on, guys. Let's take the party outside. It's always great to get wasted in a nature walk, you know?
As far as what did they tell you anyway? Like, what good reason did they have? Did they tell you?
They just thought it'll be more fun if we went outside. See nature, get all the fresh air in. It's great this time of year. It's really pretty out there.
I like all of these things.
You guys step outside,
just
and it's a
wanted us to
sopping mess, and
make
it's not
sure.
very not very pretty. It's rainy, it's drizzly, it's dreary. But, I mean, compared to where you used to live, yeah, it's a little bit more dreary.
Oh, I gotta still check how the water tastes. I remember. Toys hurries over
Oh, I gotta watch
to the
this.
nearest water side and
You go to the fountain.
gets a
Uh,
and gets a handful into his
no,
face.
stop.
Well, he splashes some in his face. He gets a lick of some of it, but it's briny, it's slimy.
It's gonna be. So, you don't drink. You probably don't drink that as it is.
Hey, it's kind of good. It's just like milk.
No, no. You, you're gonna need to. You probably wanna maybe boil it or stuff or something.
Rask, can't you just pull the bad stuff out of it?
I can pull all the water out of it. But it's water. I mean. You just maybe don't do that. Like, if you want to get some of the. I can make water for you. If you want water, just give me your water skin. I'll fill it up. You don't need to drink the swamp water.
But yes, first filled his water skin up with whiskey.
Oh,
Okay.
As
This
you guys are still
or
getting
water in the
glances
air
and
feels
annoyed
really good,
grunts
though.
as people sort of push past you. What are you doing at this point?
well, we should probably go check the other store at this point. I'm
Yeah,
starting to
yeah,
have some
that's
theories.
that's a
Okay.
good idea. While we're still in a good mood. Yo, everyone.
Okay.
And while it's still raining,
Maybe you both should go dip your heads in the water or something.
my head's in the water.
I mean, more, like completely. Cover it with water.
I'm fine. I just got a little agitated, okay? I'll be fine. Just maybe I'll be fine. Like, as long as I don't have more, I know my limits. That was my limit. And I'll be okay. I'll just let you all do, the talking, and I'll be good.
Alright. You guys head back to the town square where the general store is. Sort of off to the side of a fountain. Of course, this image here isn't exact to everything, but there's a fountain and there's probably some general store building in the back of it. You guys head up to what was, as you were told, I might have, a small person. Any of you are really aware of. Well, actually, Starnberg would know that is a gnome. But you see many gnomes even in Yudsen, but you've seen quite a few around here. So different
Oh,
about that.
a person of normal height.
Yes, normal. But yes, Rissel Broomhair, the general store's owner, is sort of, well, funnily enough, sweeping his floorboard sort of inside the general store as you come in. Not with his hair, but Oh, welcome in. Oh. You. And you, and you. Are you here to negotiate something?
No, it's right. I said I wasn't gonna talk.
Maybe you shouldn't. Drunk as you are. Of course you would be.
Not even that drunk.
Well, I'm not drunk.
You seem
Hey,
fine
I've
to
heard a lot
me.
about you, Mr. Rizzler.
Mr. Visitor. Well, I've never been called that, but I do think I'm pretty good with the ladies. Thank you.
Maybe we should have had you two wait outside.
Maybe you should wait outside, being so
Yep.
rude to my new friends.
Yeah, that was quite unbecoming.
Unbecoming. Your stature is unbecoming. Looming over all of us.
Not exactly that I can do something about that.
Okay.
Well, I could do something about it. I'll just go get my axe out back.
I'm sorry. We got off on the wrong foot a little bit.
That we sure have.
We're just really here to shop and see your store.
Well, I'm not even sure I want you perusing. You might steal something.
Why would we steal something?
I don't know about some of your friends, but you got that shifty look about you.
I don't have that shifty look about me.
Yeah, you do. You side-eye everything you look at. You've got your twinkle in that that twinkle in your eye. Sorry, I'm a little dyslexic, but
No, I'm just a little nervous around people. That's all.
well, why don't you put your chin up or something? We don't need your shy types.
Oh,
Doing
I
business.
try lifting my chin a little bit.
Well,
Like this.
you'd make a good jester. That's about it.
I
Look, why don't we have the adults do the talking here?
don't.
So, you know how Cal connected with that tree,
Yeah.
that strange tree? I'm gonna try to connect to the gnome in the same way to try to figure out what's going on here.
Might be a little bit harder since you've never done it before, but I certainly want to allow it for a psychic.
I'm gonna try it.
Mm-hmm. My audio should
I'm starting to think there's something going on in this town because people are acting kind of crazy.
Excuse me.
What do you want me to roll for this, if anything?
Your psychic modifier, your psychic spell attack modifier, basically.
Okay. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
Okay.
Nailed
You try to make a connection. You sort of stare at them for a moment. You think you start to see something or visualize something emanating out from them, but then you're sort of snapped out of it by them sort of snapping back at you. What are you staring at? Look, you've all made enough trouble as it is. Your friends want to shop
didn't-
fine, but you three, I want you out.
We didn't even do anything.
That's it. That's just it. You're going to do something. Not
Which
good,
three?
too.
Which three is he pointing at or gesturing to when he says that?
Cal, Sternberg, and Rask.
I'm not gonna do anything bad. I'm just a fisherman.
Well, you go and fish then. You don't see any fish in here, do you?
Well,
Go
no,
on.
but we're on a journey.
You can take a journey right out my door.
I'm gonna storm out of there, and
You can slam the door behind you.
I'm gonna slam the door.
Okay. Sort of resounds through the building. At least one of the troublemakers is gone. Now, you're gonna keep your friends quiet while we do business here, right? What were you here for anyway? As he's mostly looking at Tresser.
Hello, Dresser.
Yes. Okay. Well, what do you have?
Well, I got all sorts of things here. Look. Basically, they have every item up to level 3 that's common. So it's more, if you had anything in mind, you can buy it here.
Ah, okay. Oh. Is there anything we'd want? I can't think of any supplies we're missing.
We can get some backfire mantles.
I mean, I don't think your party is very explosive. Oh well, maybe Rask is a little bit.
Cal
Oh,
has
yeah.
Cal has splash on his cantrip.
Oh, yeah. Well, again, it's such a small amount. You should always need backfire mantles for it. But if you want to get them, they are available as part of the sort of general store.
Cal's gonna kind of grab Starnberg and walk out, or gesture for him to walk out.
Oh, thank the gods. They sort of mutter as you guys leave.
Stenberg follows out and doesn't stay behind.
So, you're from the surface. Is this normal behavior up here?
Well, I've never been to this part of the country before, but I would wager that these Hicks maybe aren't as aggressive as they are supposed to be.
No, think about it. Just, we're being targeted out. Tresser and Swords are not.
Yeah.
What
Why
exactly?
wouldn't they be?
That's what I was wondering as well.
Who drank the whiskey?
It was you and and Swords.
But they're not.
So it's not the whiskey.
Is there a curse affecting here too? Just making people grumpy and rude?
I don't know. It's like they started acting like we were being rowdy, but we weren't rowdy at all until people started talking to us about being rowdy.
Ras, did you shake that lady's hand?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not it.
Besides, you ended up giving her some food as well, so I doubt that's the common.
Well,
Thing here.
the beggar lady, yes, but there was also a lady at the notice board.
Yeah, I shook notice board lady's hand. I gave gold to the beggar.
I wonder.
What are you thinking?
I don't know what I'm thinking yet. I'm still trying to piece it together.
Did either of the two of you have any direct interactions with those two ladies?
I donated money. I gave her bread.
You gave bread.
Starnberg did not.
I was mostly keeping to myself and observing.
That's what I thought. What about shopping? Who bought from Milk? I bought Milk's. We're calling it the attenuator.
It was just you and Tresser.
Tresser. So that's not it.
Or maybe it's just like the different individuals. Some of them are just.
You're in the shop still.
Oh, right.
You can leave. It's fine.
Yeah,
You
I
just
know,
walk out.
we don't need to buy anything. I'm just gonna talk to them.
So you all
Some
leave.
deserve our money.
Swords leaves eventually.
Get back together.
Did you guys buy anything?
No.
No,
Yeah,
he
I
didn't
would
have
leave
any
you.
whiskey.
I'm trying to figure out why we're all being treated so differently.
It's so sudden too.
I have a very stupid question.
Okay.
How flush is everyone in terms of funds?
How what?
How much money do you have?
Okay amount.
I have 8 coins that are copper.
I don't think it's that, Starnberg.
I was thinking. As Sfor said, he finally was flush with money again. Finally could spend it again.
Well, you probably have as much money as anybody does. I only helped Rask buy that disc thing.
Every idea that I had, it fell apart because it was something that both like I did and one of the two that were still in the store. So I couldn't come up with anything. I'm so confused.
Chester, you've read lots of books and stuff, right?
I'm very flattered that you think that.
Oh well.
Well, is there perhaps some kind of phenomenon that you came across in your travels that resembles this in any sort of way? Because
People.
it certainly doesn't resemble anything I know.
Jesse, you can roll a esoteric lore for it too.
Okay, I think I'll do that. Hidden or public?
Public.
I love you, esoteric lore.
Well,
It went over one on my screen.
so you have heard stories of people who just got into town and interacted only with a few people, and then all of a sudden everyone was really upset with them. Got the cold shoulder here, and eventually these people got ran out of town. And they have no idea why. They didn't do anything to anybody, cause any trouble. People just started to hate them. And not want them out. Or not want them there in the town. How it happens, you don't know. It's just the myths, it's the rumors, it's the stories.
Do any of you hate me right now?
It hasn't changed.
Yeah, you have that thing where you keep setting things on fire even though I tell you to stop. It's always so annoying, and you don't stop even though I say so, ask you to.
Just the regular amount after you left me to die earlier.
You're my big brother.
I mean, that's kind of you on you, Starn.
I agree. Starnberg is you deserve that.
Just rolls his arms and folds his arms and kind of pouts.
Those guys are standing there, Milk still sort of rummaging through his wares and such. Sort of looks over. Oh, hey, did you talk to General Store? Come here.
I walk over there eagerly.
Not you.
What?
I don't like you.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
What?
You look, stumbling over my stuff. I remember you broke something of mine.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you took it off the counter and then smashed it.
No, I didn't.
You did it?
Yeah, he did that. And I
When
don't
was
like him
this?
for it.
I hold up the gate attenuator and said, I just got this from
Did you steal that from me?
What? No. No. I
Better
gave
not have.
you 60 gold for this.
I should have charged you a lot more then.
Can I make a diplomacy check to try and calm Milk and convince him?
Yeah, sure, roll me diplomacy.
Right. Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, hey, it's my old friend Chester.
Yeah,
Welcome
hi.
back.
I figured it out.
I
Tell
feel
me.
like
Cal just points up.
I look up.
It's the rain. Ever since the rain, everybody's been an asshole.
I'm not an asshole, you're the asshole.
Oh, shut up.
What?
There's something wrong with your head right now.
I think something's wrong with your head.
No.
I'm not an asshole to everybody. Look, I love Chester. Spores is kind of good. The rest of you, I don't.
Okay, well,
Don't you love
what
him
did
too?
I do? What did I do to you? What did
You
Starberg do
existed.
to you? Okay, yeah, that's not valid.
And Steinberg, he gives me the creeps. Ever since what happened with, Scale Boss Lernak.
Yeah,
I,
it's kind of
I
creepy.
don't mind being feared, so please do continue.
I'm not afraid of you. I just don't like you.
When we got here, Cal was the only one that Milk hated.
And it was raining then.
It was worth a thought, at least.
I think it might, but it's gradually grown to encompass me and Starnberg. Somehow.
Perhaps it's treated by asking questions.
I didn't ask any questions.
You didn't?
It all started with the tablet that Sfor started talking about. That's when Milk started hating me all of a sudden.
I don't hate you for that. I just hate you.
Okay.
Perhaps we should be approaching this the wrong way. We are retracing from what we did to make them hate us. Perhaps we should think about what Swords and Trezor did to not get hated.
I mean, that is a good question.
It's because everybody loves me. I'm the cutest, nicest, funnest guy around.
Yeah. We, light-scaled kobolds have to stay together. That doesn't sound very good, but,
Yeah, you shouldn't say that kind of thing.
Cal, don't say anything, please.
I grab my attenuator and I focus and channel my aura. And
Hey! What are you doing?
I'm just trying something that might fix everything. I'm gonna see if I can try to kind of bend the rain away from us.
You look kind of stupid.
Thank you.
Doesn't seem to do anything. You don't feel any different. People still give you stares from across the place, and Milk is still being mean to specifically Cal, Starnberg, and Rask. Seems to be specific to something that happened with them.
This is so weird. I'll let down the aura because I like the rain.
That's better.
You guys can always use your skills. You know, if you want to think your character might figure things out better than you can always use skills.
Yeah. I'm thinking about what would be really appropriate in this situation.
Same.
Would nature happen to help?
You don't see a natural connection in this.
What did my
Gotcha.
esoteric lore reveal again?
Esoteric lore revealed that the stories of people entering towns and things going okay for a while, and then them started getting gradually hated more and more. And they can't remember why. They were friendly with people, you know, they talked to them and stuff, and everything was good, but something happened. So you just don't feel alone. You feel like this is some magical effect. This is something
Definitely.
wrong.
I think either something is affecting you three, or it's affecting people who enter the town. It's altering memories.
I feel like the only real skill that I can propose is survival, maybe?
Retracing your steps? Sure.
I want to do occultism for that. See if there's some sort of curse or hex or something that's been placed on the three of us. So Cal will grab the three,
Okay.
Starnberg, Rask, and himself, and like just examine and study it and try to figure something out.
Rather than looking at things very cynically, Stormbeck has totally started dabbling in learning how magic affects people, and I will try Arcana.
Okay. So I'll start with Rask. Rask, it's easy enough to retrace your steps. You walked into town, met the old lady. You then came to the center of town, talked to Milk. Then you talked to the dwarven woman at the notice board. Then you went to the tavern. And you had the halfling woman serve you drinks. And you met the bartender there. And that all happened. And then you went to the general store.
And in my case, I didn't start getting the bad treatment until I was already in the tavern.
And it began with Kyle back at Milk.
It did.
So, Stormbrook, did you interact with the beggar at all?
I mostly complimented her about her being useful.
Tresser and Sforz, did you talk to her? I don't think you did.
They did not.
I like how we can't really remember very well. Like an hour
Yeah,
ago.
sorry.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit of a
Wait,
there's a
conundrum
lot
when I
going
just
on.
put you guys in a town and all of a sudden things get strange. You didn't put everything to memory.
She was
Right.
She was the first one that you were the first one she interacted with. She like even touched you in the face and everything.
Did she touch us? I don't think she did.
Yes.
Only the hands for someone. I think.
Probably for Cal.
Cal.
For Cal,
Yeah.
because you handed her stuff.
Yeah, Cal was first. We should go back and find her.
But you said Sforce?
Not Sforz, Rask. It was Cal, then Rask, then
Then Stormbreak.
I don't think Starbrook touched her though.
No, just verbally
Didn't
complimented
someone
her.
say something about one side of town being angry all the time?
Yeah, it was her. She did.
Yeah, she probably knows something about that.
I will also go through your skill checks there. Cal, as you're starting to piece that together, well, in some ways you feel like this is something that's being put on you. Something that is stealthily being activated or put on you in some way. How that happened, you're not sure, but something seems to have had to occur. Where it's not just like, oh, it can just happen to anybody. Like, it just didn't happen to Sforz because Sforz didn't do something. Like, that is seemingly what it is. Cal, Sternberg, and Rask did something. Something happened for them to be under the effects. Sternberg, you pretty much come to the same conclusion from the arcane perspective.
I think that woman had something to do with it, after all. And we were so charitable to her.
If it was her, then why would you be affected so fast and then I wouldn't be affected until we were all the way in the tavern?
I gave her the rations first.
But then I gave her the gold like right after,
It wasn't immediate.
within a couple minutes.
Yeah, a
Rask,
bit later.
roll me one more survival check.
Okay. I want to redo that one.
Yeah, we want to. And give yourselves all a hero point. Roleplay has been very good. Rask,
It is a
Is your-
roleplay session.
yeah. As you are really retracing your steps here, Rask, you remember that you started to get dirty looks pretty specifically as soon as you left the town square.
But since I didn't talk to anybody at that point,
You had been
I
talking
wasn't really
to Milk.
conscious of it.
Milk was fine with you at that point.
Milk was fine with me at that point.
Was not fine with Cal.
No.
But something to think about. Are you guys heading to the old woman at the edge of town?
Presumably.
Yes, that seems like our best lead.
Sure, sure.
Okay. You head over in that direction once more, stepping through the mud and getting dirty glances even more. A lot of people are stopping what they're doing and sort of whispering about you guys. Pointing at Cal, pointing at Starnberg, pointing at Rask. Not doing anything directly yet. You go to the edge of town and you look for that woman and you don't find her.
Tracking?
Try.
There's goggles now for it.
So the town is really muddy and everything, so
It might work.
You are able to pick up a track from where that old woman was. It seems like she went deeper into the town through some alleyways, and are you following these tracks as you start to
Definitely.
read them? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Follow those tracks deeper into the town and find her sitting on a crate under some awnings there in the middle of like a little alley that's sort of covered by tarps up from like hanging from roofs. So it's pretty dark. You know, it's just like one of those bizarre things where they hang carpets and stuff. It's more like tarps and it's kind of a grungy alley. She's alone here, but she does look up.
Oh, who's there? Is it, that the friendly ones again?
That's us.
Oh, what brings you to me again? I don't have anything more to give to you.
you don't feel any sense of animosity towards us, do you?
Why would I?
Because everybody else in this town seems to.
Well, that's just them about outsiders. They don't like them.
They liked us just fine for a while.
I'm an outsider and they love me.
Well, I don't know, but I really couldn't tell you why. Did you do something wrong?
Nope.
Hmm.
But since
They've
You
always
seem
been
like
so
the-
nice to me.
that's what I'm thinking, here's the thing. Maybe since folks are nice to you, right? And maybe you're the sort who hears and learns things. Maybe you've heard about something like this happening before, where outsiders were treated kindly, and then suddenly not any longer.
Oh, I'm just an old woman, and my stories are just tall tales.
A lot of tall tales are rooted in fact.
Might need a diplomacy check for this. So you can follow the leader on Tresser, since your words are
Yes.
what you've said.
Would I make a check for that as well?
You can
Or-
check to aid it, yes, but it is Rask's words that are being used, so it's
Okay,
follow the
I'll-
expert. Basically, it's your level +2 at this point, added on to your normal diplomacy check. So +6 in total.
+6.
Already? And I'll aid him, just in case.
Yep.
That's about as good as our barbarian's gouging claw.
Better than nothing. Certainly so when you're being aided. So
17.
17, 18, in fact.
Well, there are stories of people coming into towns and being secretly unwanted. People there don't want them there, don't deserve to be there. People of the town, they put on a good face. But in truth, they are undesired, they are unwanted. But honestly, I don't know what you're trying to figure out. Other than maybe you're not wanted here. Maybe you should leave.
We
Never
think
return.
We think maybe that there's something mystical that is happening.
Oh, I don't know anything about the mystical arts.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do a sense motive there.
Okay.
But maybe you've learned something or heard something, and any amount of help that you could give, we could probably save a lot of people.
Who are you saving them from but yourselves, if they don't want you here? I really don't know anything that could help you.
But Cal, it seems like she's just not telling you as much as she knows about these things.
Well,
Something
all
hidden.
those missing persons on the notice board. I'm sure they've all fallen into the exact same thing that we're dealing with now.
I was thinking that as well.
Well, if they were people that went missing because the town hated them, why are they being remembered in such a way?
That's a very interesting question.
Maybe once they leave, it goes back to normal.
That is a very interesting question.
Why
I
don't you
think
bother
you-
some other old woman or something?
I think you know more than you're letting on.
You can
Bob.
think what you want. But maybe if this town is bothered by you, you really should leave.
That is a really strange thing to say.
I
Not
wouldn't want
very
to stay
long
in a
after
place
you were
that I'm unwanted.
praising us for generosity.
I'm not gonna let some old crone tell me to leave the town.
Old. No,
That's not a very nice thing to
that's
say.
not
either.
a nice thing to say.
I mean, is it a bad thing to be old? It just means you've lived for a long time.
I have lived longer than you have, certainly. I know a lot more, and I know when I'm not wanted. I retreated here.
Do you think that you might be under the same effect that we are then?
Maybe, maybe not. But I'm not as threatening as you are.
I'm not threatened.
So they don't try to run me out of town, but that will happen soon to you if you stick around. I know the stories, just as you do.
But do you have any idea when this started happening to you?
I can't tell you. Some years ago. 1 or 2 when I came around here.
That was worth a try.
Go bother someone else. I don't have anything more to say to you.
Oh. I'm sorry if we bothered you. I thought we were friends.
I can't be seen with you if this is what's happening.
Okay.
You have a chance here to make things right for this city, and you're just telling us to leave instead of giving us more information about it.
I don't know what to tell you.
Are you the one behind this?
Why would you think that?
Because only the 3 of us interacted with you, and we're the 3 that are being singled out.
The other 2 were there with you.
They were.
And I don't recall the tall one talking to me. Something's wrong about this little theory of yours.
He's just trying to rule things out. He's voicing it so that we can work it out. It's a thing he does. I promise he didn't mean anything bad by it.
He thinks you hexed him.
No, I'm trying to say that's the opposite of what he thinks. We're just trying to work out our theories, and by understanding and retracing our footsteps, we can rule things out. That's all we're doing here.
Look. Gotten all you can from me. I don't want to be bothered anymore.
Okay.
Maybe if
sorry.
you come back and you have a better idea of what's going on. But right now, something doesn't add up about your ideas.
I agree. There's holes in it. There's holes in everyone we've come up with so far. It's a leaky boat, just waiting to sink until we can find something to plug it up.
You guys leave her alone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. She didn't do it. But she was able to give us more information.
The one time I don't take tech magic on a character.
I'm interested in the notice board lady.
Okay. You guys head back to the general store? Or general square?
I would like to.
Starbrick, you don't have the tech magic, do you?
I only have a good smell. I do not have detect magic.
As you guys are walking around and this is being mulled over in your heads, I want everyone to make a d20. A memory check.
Swartz is blacking out after this, so he's not gonna.
Okay. So, Milk's Emporium, but yes, I see Chris in there.
Why am I milk some? Oh, I see it.
I was
Yeah.
I was the 9.
So,
I think we're missing one from Swarsville.
Swords isn't doing it.
Oh, okay.
Spores and Rask and Sternberg. Recounting events. Once again. You entered the town. Cal offered some rations to the old lady. Then Rask went up and also gave them some coins. Some of you talked. But you're pretty sure that talking isn't, or interaction with anybody is how it happened. Or talking with anybody is how it happened. Then you went, to Milk. Exchanged things with Milk, a lot of you did. Then you went into the notice board lady. And you remember that she talked to you and shook your hands and stuff like that.
We shook hands.
Then you went to the tavern, you got served drinks. Starnwork was patted on the back. The barman came up, pulled you guys aside, Sfors and Tresser. General store manager kicked you guys out. Events are as described.
Swartz, Tresser, did the two of you make physical contact with any person in this village?
I know I.
Tresser would have.
Yeah.
Yes, you shook the hand of Miss Tolstoy.
This is definitely one of those DM puzzles for toddlers that we're just not getting.
Let's put everything in the square hole.
You shook her hand.
Yeah, but you shook her hand too.
I know, that's why I'm complaining.
Like, who
I
else
feel
shook
like
her
you're
hand?
onto something.
Because Starnberg was distinctly patted on the back, right?
Yes.
Isn't that interesting? That was the last time anybody was kind to him, right?
When? Say that again.
When the barmaid patted Starnberg on the back.
Yeah. Can I recall what I can about that barmaid? Did something seem off?
Roll a retroactive perception check. Usually higher DC for it, but
Yeah, because I'm remembering rather than.
well, they didn't seem particularly off. They were quite friendly. To everyone, in fact. And come to think of it, Miss
Leave it
Tolstoy
as
was
go.
friendly with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. All the people who are mean to us, they're all like men, right?
At least
Oh.
it seemed that way.
Oh.
There
I don't
are,
know if
though,
that's-
a bunch of random women around town that have sort of stared at you.
Okay,
But-
never mind that.
But all the women that you actually spoke to and interacted with a lot, each one of them seemed to be just fine with you. But it doesn't seem to be that all the women are nice and all the men are angry. There are women that also were upset with you.
It might have just been coincidence that the
Yeah.
people that we touched happened to be women.
Well, you touched Milk
I
because you
also
were
touched
handing
Milk.
things off to him. And the barman touched Swords and Tresser because he pulled them aside.
It wasn't names, was it?
I don't recall exactly any pattern with the name.
With giving our names.
You know, we could always start testing it out. Tresser and I could touch people
would
all
like to
over and then
sound
see how they
this.
treat us.
Don't do that.
Do you mind if we take a couple minute break here? Really
Yes, we'll take a break.
quick? I think on
We'll
a
be back
little
in
bit.
5 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Be right back.
Brainstorm. Bye bye.
Welcome back, guys. So, I promised Cal a occultism check in the break, so go right ahead with that. As, again, you're just trying to piece it together. So close, you feel like everything is coming together.
Need to find the source of this.
Alright, so Cal, critical success with that. You start to piece together, okay. The old lady, the notice board lady, and the barmaid. They were the only people that were not unhappy with anybody in the group. They were completely nice to everybody. They must be a part of this somehow. Because other women around town, they still give you a bad glance and stuff like that. So it's not a woman thing. It's those 3 specific ones. Second thing is the critical success. Every one of those 3 did interact physically with your, with some of you. Cal, you were the first to interact with the lady at the front, the old lady. Rask, you were the first to interact with the lady at the signpost, and Sternberg was patted on the back by the lady in the bar. That's what's going through your mind.
That they are the people who caused this
Yes.
in some way, shape, or form.
Because they seem to be immune to its effects one way or another. And when they got the opportunity to physically interact with each of you, they did. As your mind of conspiracy starts pulling things together, it doesn't look good.
I want to speak with Miss Tolstoy.
You don't see her in the square.
I'm gonna look into the tavern to see if the barmaid is in there. Like through the window. I'll like peek through the window.
You can, you look around,
Yeah.
you wait a moment. She's gone.
As far as Tresser, why don't you ask about, what was her name, Miss Tolstoy?
Which one?
The one from the
notice board lady.
signpost, the notice board lady, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, by the group. Even though I keep trying to say Miss you get Miss Tolstoy into your minds, but it's a notice board lady. Gonna ask around about her, Tresser?
Yeah.
All diplomacy. Just from random people on the street, you know.
Signboard lady. Have you seen this woman? I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay.
Have you dreamed this woman?
Probably.
Not many
Well,
people really know anything about her.
It's certainly better.
Spent some time doing this too, so just a little bit later in the day. As you guys have been going around town trying to figure this out, people are getting more and more irritated. Some people bump into you, like shoulder check you, like, hey, watch it. That sort of thing. A little bit more unbearable at this point.
I use like all
Still
the
only those three,
willpower I
right?
have to maintain a polite and harmless kind of demeanor.
Okay.
Stalberg is considering touching both Trezor and his voice to see what might happen.
I'm sure we've touched in the interim at some point.
And I don't think we have, which is
For the purposes, you can purposefully announce that you are touching. For the
Tresor.
experiment.
I need you to go into the bar and ask for the barmaid went.
That doesn't. Okay.
What's wrong, Dresser? I can back you up. I'll be
Okay,
your
yeah,
wingman.
it looks better if 2 of us ask.
Yeah, so even Swords can go in.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I want to see if I can pick up on, since it's raining, see if I can pick up on Miss Tolstoy's trail at all.
Survival.
Stalberg will also touch his voice before he goes in.
Why are you touching people? It has nothing
Please
to do
stop
with
doing that.
I'm
You
just
touch.
curious about something.
And as they go in, everyone's like, oh, hey, they know how to drink. They're back. And without their damn friends.
I've only
So
ever No?
It's those three women, Starnberg. They're connected somehow, and they did this on purpose.
It seems to be the case, yes.
Rask, I'll go to you real quick. The sort of small but heavy footsteps are pretty easy to spot. She's the only one who really mills around the notice board. Start tracking them, and they start leading out of town to the west.
I'll make a note of that for the group.
And for that, Tresser and Sforz, as you walk in, go up to the bartender. You ask your question, I imagine. Roll me a diplomacy check real quick, Tresser.
Okie dokie. I ask about the barmaid. Have you seen her around?
Oh, well, yeah, she said something about her mother getting sick, and she left in a hurry. I'm gonna have to dock her pay for that. Yeah, these newcomers, they come along and we give them jobs and everything, but sometimes they're a little, that free spirit still lives in them.
She's a newcomer?
I came in 1 or 2 years ago.
Do you have it? I can't tell if you have a negative or positive impression of her.
No, I think she's a fine young woman.
Oh,
Just get annoyed when she skips out on the job.
what do you think, Tresser?
Something suspicious here. Very sudden.
I think the only thing that's suspicious here is why I'm not drinking more. Another round, please.
Oh, yes. Another round for this one. And
I'm
then
gonna connect psychically to Sforz and tell him
You
no.
hear, like, the shouting inside.
I'm gonna tell Starnberg and Cal about the tracks going out of town.
As far as roll me a fortitude save, if you go along with it,
Yep.
and roleplay however you decide you want to after this.
Hopefully that's a failure.
It's pretty much going to be a failure because of what you've already drunk.
Just
Isn't it like
Sforz-
7 drinks to die if you fail all of
I think
them?
that's like
Yes.
being.
No, that's
No, yeah, that's
Pathfinder.
this. Yeah. Here, let me pull up the rules real quick for alcohol.
Sforz dies just randomly.
Of alcohol poisoning. Great.
Which is really funny. If I would expect anybody to die randomly, it would be Starnberg. because you as a player are cursed.
Hey, I mean, the last campaign ended with me randomly dying, so you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm going to put an alcohol in your inventory so I can actually link the chat because that's
Thank you.
kind of how it works. There you go. Oh yeah, stage 7 death, but it doesn't go up on its own. You only
Gotta keep
only
drinking,
test it. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna die with these fortitude saves unless you drink like a ton and get some natural ones in there.
I think I'm like at stage 3 or 4 at this point.
Yeah, we'll stay stage 3, but it's yeah. At this point though, it's a roleplay effect.
We're gonna get into a fight and I'm gonna be completely screwed.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you get into a fight, then we'll start looking at some of the rules. But here, we don't need to. But yes.
Or so you think.
Yeah, maybe. As far as Dresser, you had sort of asked those questions, and the barman goes back to doing what he does, or the proprietor, I should say. Feel pretty satisfied with your answers, and probably head back to the group, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you're all back together, and also
We're not gonna
reconvene
ask
with your
where everyone
information.
lives.
We figured out where one of them went.
We're going on a journey. Come on, team. I'm taking you out of town. Everybody follow me.
Did you drink more Sforz?
Yeah.
You sort of shout that, Rask. You hear some just drunkard on the side, like, yeah, you ought to get out of here.
Yeah. Same to you,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yes. But he seems like he could actually start standing up and swinging at you.
That's cool. I'm not going to provoke him any further.
All right. So you guys hastily make your way out of town. I imagine. To leave the strange town of Krudarch.
For now. Terrorize it later.
Change the music.
We'll definitely become dragons later in the campaign. We can raise the town then.
Let's come to a little bit later in the day.
Yeah, Faye will have to unlock his preferred ancestry.
I was banned from playing a dragon. It's okay.
Yeah. Just to make it easier, instead of everyone being like, oh, a dragon!
Wow.
Wow!
So now you get to go, oh, a vampire, every time I get found out.
Pretty much. Because you
I'm
had to
just gonna
play
compare
the...
you to the Count from Sesame Street and see what happens.
But... You guys exit town. The rain lightens up a little bit, though it is getting darker in the day. You're
We
not
should
tired,
get
but...
out of town and then rest. Or get away from the town at least. I don't want anybody coming after us.
Alright.
So let's head west if everybody's okay with that.
I do believe it's west.
Mm-hmm. So, as you're... Okay, so for this, your exploration activity is going to be to track Rask.
That's right. Somebody else is on map duty.
Mm-hmm.
What was the skill for that again? Survival?
That would usually be me, but I'm not sure how that's impacted by being inebriated.
Clumsy only affects dexterity, and Sicken does... Yeah, Sicken is
Fine.
-2 to the check. So, we'll just roll a regular check and -2 to it.
I can't imagine dexterity is important for map making at all.
No, not really. Unless you stumble over something.
I can reroll that.
Okay.
Because are they using any hero points?
Remember, you only get lost if you critically fail. But that's a success, actually.
Voice adds drunken scribbles to the map.
He already has, actually, if you zoom
What?
out.
That's great. It's so true.
Or that's what Rast looks like to you?
No, the
I'm
ears
not
are
a
bigger. Not mine.
fish.
It's not a fish, Rast. You just have giant ears in this picture.
They're normal ears.
I mean, the snake.
The map would say otherwise.
But yes. You guys head west and find that the river sort of continues to snake northward. So you kind of go along it, maybe across the other side. Again, it's very easy for a group like yours. But you explore this region, and by this point, you get quite tired. It's gotten later into the day. Into the night, in fact. And you look up past some of the willow trees into the sky, and, well, it feels a lot better out here, now that you're not being harassed by a bunch of people and you're just under the stars. And again, those stars remind you of Ember Shroud, home. But these stars are sort of bluish-white, not red stars of the Ember Shroud Cavern. You are also actually. I need a tracking check from Rask, so see if you're
Alright.
still on the track of this person or people. You start to realize
good.
that those tracks are actually converging in a bit, or a bit in total. You see some other tracks joining them.
I feel like that means I'm on the right track.
Mm-hmm. I'm very happy that I'm making tracking actually a useful skill in this campaign. It wasn't very much in Kingmaker, which is surprising.
That is really surprising.
Yeah. There's only like 2 things. Like, I think hunting for Vortikai had something with tracking to find his lair. But otherwise. Oh yeah, to find the people walking away from the town. But yes. You guys find the trail and follow it, but eventually you have to rest. I assume you do so. Unless you want to press on and risk fatigue.
I'm absolutely voting for rest.
Rest.
All right.
Yep, let's rest. Sports is out like a light.
Yep, 3 out of 5. You guys go out. Who is going to watch? And I want the watch to just be 2 people, so it's a little bit, easier to roll.
I can
Kids.
watch.
I'll also take a watch.
You two said it really fast. You got it. Oh, I'm also the worst perception in the group, so that's cool.
That's fine. Watch isn't just perception.
Yeah.
Even though that's the only roll I'm asking. So whoever's going first, go ahead.
I'll start.
Okay.
All right. So, Tresser, as you're sitting there, you are listening to the quiet of the night and the crowing and calling, and actually I need to turn on the nighttime swamp sound. A little bit more like froggy. But yes. Above the din of the frogs, you think you hear something coming through the bushes, sort of like rushing through it, sort of breaking twigs as it's going along. Something's coming, and something's coming very quickly towards your camp. What do you do in the immediate sort of 6 seconds that you have? Tresser.
What do I see?
You hear something pushing its way sort of through the underbrush. It's not, you don't think it's tall enough to see because you're looking out, you're not seeing anything, especially with your new eye slash. You think you should see something, but you see the bushes moving.
So it's small. Or at least low to the ground.
You don't have much time to consider it. What do you do?
Grab my weapon, get up, and investigate at a safe distance.
Okay. So, as you do so, let me see real quick. Something. As you do so, you realize that whatever you're investigating is coming at you fast and starts barreling into the camp, sort of like a tornado. They're sort of blasting through your tents. You are all of a sudden beset by a stampede of what Starnberg recognizes from his, noble hunts as boars.
Oh no!
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 Gonna move you guys over to
I guess this is where the campaign ends.
Kingmaker flashbacks.
Oh no!
Dismount.
I have trauma.
You're on a small hill up from the sort of soggier land all around you. As I place you guys down, there we go.
Wait. Since you were sleeping, I don't think we have armor for this fight.
Oh, you guys are still sleeping. Tresser didn't wake you.
That's true.
Oh.
I mean, we wouldn't have
Actually-
armor still because 6 seconds isn't enough to change.
At this point, I'm probably screaming.
Yeah, I will say all of you roll. No, I'm gonna say it's loud enough that you're all awakened, but you're prone and without your armor. So unequip your armors.
Boy. Barbarian without armor, why would you do this to me?
I mean,
So,
probably,
You don't
they're
get your unarmored defense bonus,
probably
right?
a little bit better than others.
I was gonna say, I think you're the only one that actually wears armor besides Tresser? Question mark.
I wear armor.
Yeah, I wear
Oh.
armor.
It's 1 AC.
Most of my AC comes from armor. I am very glad this happened during my watch, if at all.
Let me just do something real quick. I thought I had a little tile to represent my camps here.
On the bright side, if we survive, we're eating well.
Maybe.
It's quite the if.
Big if.
Let me see. I don't have that tile anymore. I do have this. I can make this a tile.
Oh my god!
I think that's the party
Alright,
attitude currently.
so for the purpose of it, I'm gonna have everybody roll their initiatives. I want those who were unconscious to roll their initiatives at -4.
I knew I should have sprung for the first watch.
These boars look big, unhappy, ornery with you guys.
I got a 5.
Oh gosh, you guys rolled really low
Am I
on those
still drunk?
initiatives too. You are not still drunk. Say that at least.
Okay, goodness.
Thank goodness.
Oh boy,
Okay.
this is gonna be interesting.
So,
Find your fast, fellas.
Stomach is very angry about not being woken.
you guys are also prone to start things off. Well, they start trampling over here, rushing towards spores, sort of snorting and, well, barreling into them with a boar charge. So it strides twice and makes Tusk strike with a +2 modifier to the roll. I'll add that circumstance. 16. Going
Goodbye.
to be a crit because of the modifiers there. Total of 30 as it slams into you. It certainly wakes you up at that point.
Oh my gosh.
But it took some time for it to get up the hill. I'm going to say each of them starts with one less action because they were, Professor was warning you guys enough. Makes things easy. But still,
Was
they're
he?
going to then use a boar charge, rush down Starnberg, go for them as well. And with this, they do trample into Starnberg, rolling really well again.
What?
Luckily, though, their tusks don't hurt. They don't hit as hard as a troll, at the very least, we'll say. That'll be the end of that one's turn. This one rushes to Rask, slams their tusks into them with a boar charge as well. Natural 1, they sort of stumble trying to get up the hill. They can't actually get it into you, the tusks into you, before you're able to push them back, so wrestling them away.
I'm screaming.
Snorting wildly the whole way. This one here was already pretty much in front of Tresser, but it's still going to do a stampeding sort of charge around him. Sort of through him almost, but it's still going to be hitting him for the purpose of this.
Oh,
You are a lot more defended, but they rolled an 18. So you're
Oh,
going to
come
be crit
on.
as well, for not as much as it can do. As you guys have been ambushed by these boars, and they took a lot of chunks out of each of you, you finally get your bearings. Starnberg, we start with you.
He gets up, rushes out of his tent with a furious scream of Tressa! And tussling with the boar in his tent, he grabs his griffin cane and tries to sort of jab the foot of it and the boar and try to rake it across.
Alright, you get up, grab your weapon, and slam it into the boar. That rage fuels you in an instant, not least just at the boar, but also at your ally. Boar on the dice to start things off.
Reroll that.
Okay.
Actually, no wait. I already rolled. I'm stupid.
Still a 3. After that, you're trying to swing for it, but you were just too unprepared.
I'll do another attack. I'm
You
not angry.
interacted to pick up
Oh
your
no, wait,
weapon.
I got up. Right.
Spores, your turn. Feeling pretty bad already.
Oh, what? Why aren't we at the inn in the village? Huh?
Don't worry
Boars.
about that. Just kill them all.
Suarez tries to get to his hungover feet and starts off with a. Let's see. He casts onto this boar a. What's the spell name called? Tempest Surge. I'm also inebriated.
We're getting his own spells in character and out of character.
Mm-hmm. A surge, alright. Sorry, on the one right in front of you again? Or-
Yep, the one bottom right.
Oh, bottom right, okay.
Next to Tresor.
A roll to reflex, 11 on the dice. It's still a failure. They're not
Ah, thank
very
goodness.
reflexive, these boars.
That was my gamble.
Roll your damage. As electricity sparks around them, it shudders from the pain.
Not great damage, but it is going to be clumsy too, and flanked.
Oh yes, that is that.
See what
This
I'm
one's
seeing?
really vulnerable as its sort of muscles are seizing up there. Alright. Tresser.
awesome. I'm going to try and exploit vulnerability on the 4 that Sophus just hit.
Mm-hmm. Well, that'll succeed.
Pulling out my waffle iron for this, threatening to make waffles with boar meat or something.
Okay.
I want that.
And,
Making me hungry.
we already know their lowest
Speaking
save.
waffles.
Any special abilities we haven't seen?
Yes. You have not seen their ferocity. You know that boars are ornery and they don't go down easily. If they have a reaction on their turn, they can instead stay alive and add a wounded value. So you need multiples of you to attack one and, a single one, because it will only have its reaction once to do this per turn.
Oh, fun. Alrighty, then I'm gonna go with a strike for my tricky pick.
Okay.
I don't believe I saw any damage resistances.
I can't believe awakened boars can't do this.
I think I'm gonna hero point this.
Okay. Much better roll. That
I'm
will
very
critically
glad I did
strike.
that.
The tricky pick. You almost miss it, but then you sort of redirect your strike straight for the skull. 35 points of damage. Puts it down really close to, having to use some of that ferocity.
Already, and I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm just gonna check real quick if there's anything special I can do. I don't think so. So I'm just gonna go for one more strike.
Okay. It's pretty vulnerable right now with the flank, but a 3 on the dice is
Nope.
not going to cut it.
That's pretty good though.
Alright. So, Cal, your turn.
Cal quickly jumps up. Luckily, he
Mhm.
doesn't have to pull anything out or any weapons or anything like that.
One good thing.
Well, good. And I'm going to cast through spores
Mm-hmm.
a frostbite.
The boar is like medium, right? So he can like technically angle it up above my head.
No, it's not how that works with smalls and mediums. Only larges.
Darn.
It's a safe spell anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna amp it as well.
Okay. The chat for me. There it is. Fortitude. Now, boar might be. keeping an eye
Yeah,
on that.
but
Still, didn't critically succeed. And half of that will bring it down, unfortunately, to 1 HP without it needing to use its ability.
unfortunate. And I get 3 temporary hit points. Woo.
Okay, as you draw some of that heat back to yourself.
That's my turn.
Rask, over to you.
Alright, I get up to my feet quickly. And I grab ambient water in the area toward me
Mm-hmm.
and kind of I kind of desperately form it into the shape of a whip.
Alright. Snapping ice.
And slash at the one that's down there with the whip. Crack at it.
Alrighty.
It's got a blast.
3 on a dice.
Rerolling.
Missing by 1. But, a reroll. A natural 1. You guys are rolling really poorly against these boars.
Hey,
Which
seen
I
this
should have
before.
expected.
That's pretty cool.
Alright.
So that's one action. That's awesome. Hold on. Does the ability... Let's see. Okay. So I'm pretty much not going to be able to down it.
Unfortunately.
I was gonna get its reaction back anyways.
I am right next to Sforce, though. So I can use my last action for a quick Ocean's Balm.
Okay. Healing up. Pretty
Good roll.
heal.
Cool.
Boris gets healed a little bit more there. So with that, Boris, make sure to apply that to yourself. And we go to this one here. It's going to turn on its heel towards Cal and try to send them to the ground. with a attempt to probe, but they do not succeed. I don't think against your
No.
yeah, not that weak as a psychic. They go for a multiple attack penalty once, and will hit against you, Cal. Not too bad when they're not critting. Third action, it's going to sort of rush over this way and sort of prepare itself, sort of stomping its hoof to charge again. This one here is going to just strike twice at Starnberg, trying to impale him with some of those tusks. That certainly will hit, but not for much. It goes for another. This one also just barely hitting. Starnberg, you take the 8, and this one as well, the 13. It will also sort of move itself over to here, joining up with its allies, maybe to support or flank when they do their charges.
Oh, they're just asking for an AoE.
This one here, Rask, is going to slam into you with its tusks. Or try to, at the very least, I should say. It does, really badly.
I
Critical
hate it here.
for a total of 30 damage to you. It's going to go for another.
Is that piercing? Oh, of course it's piercing.
You're saying it misses its second attack, but its third is going to rush down here. The last one here, really unhappy with Tresser, is going to turn on them and start wailing into them with their tusks. The first one does hit. This shouldn't have board charge on it, but it still hits without it.
I am using my amulet. Oh, that is factoring. Is it factoring it in now?
Yeah. Or, well, you
Oh.
need to press the button, and then it will factor it in, I think. So, see that use amulet's abeyance button in the chat there? And then it should...
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now when you take damage, because when you press the use button, it gave you a buff. So there we go, and then it
okay.
automatically removes it. Good.
Oh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
So the amulet sort of, you shove it in its face, basically, and it sort of gets this time. Does
I
another
regret-
14.
Being sassy.
And because it's so angry, it's going to go for one more strike. Map 10. Not likely to hit, though.
Yeah, that's what I
Stumbling
thought.
away from it. Alright, back to the party. Starnberg. Y'all are at each other's turns. You can, of course, delay between each other. This is a good spot to be in turn order.
Do we have any strategy that requires that?
AoEs?
I mean, I was gonna walk up to the boar and try and down it once so someone else can finish it off. The
I don't
only
have
thing
any big AoEs. Does anyone
the
have
only
any big
thing I
AoEs?
could like ask for is for his force to step aside so I can get maybe flanking.
I have AoE, but
Yeah, you could delay until after me, so I just run and take pot shots.
You like
I'm just checking the AoE on this really quick, don't mind me.
Spores is going to get out of dodge.
Okay.
the best I could do with AoE personally is.
Is it a hill?
It's a hill, but it doesn't affect your movement. Or
Does it
your
affect
line
line
of
of
sight.
sight though?
It does not.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
It's like small slopes.
Right, from here, Spores is going to. There's no way you guys are gonna miss this board completely, and not hit it twice, right?
You say that.
And it would not be clumsy anymore because it's been one round.
Yeah. Well, Spores is going to target this board right here with a Thunder Strike.
Okay. Thunder claps from the sky right down on it. Not really made
First time
of
he's
metal.
using this. But hey, it's lightning.
We got a
Yeah.
plan for their save, for their ferocity.
It cracks down upon its head, it slams into it, and deals quite a bit of damage. 13 there.
And now it's clumsy 1 for a round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it's not metal. It doesn't take clumsy
Oh
one.
yeah, it doesn't, yeah.
Yeah.
Either way.
No, it. I'm trying to read this.
And
And
if
it's just
damaged
a
by
bit
the spell,
vague.
so a target wearing metal or made of metal takes 1 minus 1. And if...
And
yes,
yeah.
and is the operative.
Gotcha, okay. Well, that's still some damage. Being a blaster, and that's all for my turn.
Yeah, not bad at all. Sternberg.
Alrighty. As promised,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and bring down this boar.
Rushing up, trying to make it meet its end. 9 will definitely hit it, but it will immediately use its reaction. But still roll the dice.
Wouldn't have had to use a reaction on Swor's attack.
Spores was attacking this
Yes,
one.
over
Oh.
there, yeah. You slam into it with that. It remains at 1 HP, but gets wounded 1, which is kind of hard to do on NPCs because they usually don't take wound. There we go. But it's still staying alive, but it uses all of its strength at the moment to keep alive with that ferocity.
Do I test my luck and go for a map attack, or do I just rely on Tressa? I will actually, yeah, I'll rely on Tressa. Drawing his weapon
Why would
back,
you do
which
this?
is now covered in blood from raking it across the boy's flank, he is going to bring it to his mouth and give it a nice lick. As I use
Okay.
Harvey's blood.
You draw upon the power in this creature. Its life in this soiled swamp that has a lot of history to it, a lot of old and forgotten peoples, seemingly a lot of refugees as well. Yeah, sort of taste the history.
A nice midnight snack. And that's all for your actions.
Okay. Tresser, over to you.
Alrighty, I'm gonna make one strike against the boar before me.
Mm-hmm. It's limping, it can't take anything more. You are to hit it, and you do. You slam
there
it
it is.
again, straight into its skull. It sort of squeals out, but can't
How many times do I
push
have to hit you
through.
in the skull for you to die?
It is dead. No more
Alrighty.
ferocity.
I have a. So would it be one action to take out an elixir and another to use it?
No, I only make that a rule if you're applying it to somebody else. So single action for yourself. As
Alrighty.
long as you have a hand free.
Kind of weird with my implement.
Yeah, I think your implement doesn't count as a hand used.
Okay, then I'm
Yeah.
going to use one action to pull out an elixir of life, the only one I have on me, and drink it.
Yep. Drink it up. Anything else you do?
Wow, that was underwhelming.
One action for 1 health.
Well, I wouldn't call it a waste. I'm going to use my last action to exploit vulnerability on which boar is most likely to attack.
One's hurt up here.
That's a good point. I'm thinking more defensively. That one.
Okay. Start figuring out a few more things, or rather,
Oh, well.
you don't really understand anything new, but
I
you
got
can
what I
still,
wanted out of it.
yeah, get the personal antithesis.
Personal antithesis, and more importantly, exploit vulnerability. So I can use my amulet if that one attacks me. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. Cal, over to you.
Rask, what's the plan?
I'm gonna try to burn these two.
Okay. I am gonna unleash Psyche.
Alright. Everything around you dims for a moment, and the sounds of frogs and everything sort of dim out as well as you're focused on this combat and this combat alone and the potential that is within it.
And I'm gonna focus my mind to create a massive blast of sound.
Okay. Ringing explodes out.
Soul Fortitude?
That's all I have.
One of them fails still, though. The sheer power just pushes through any toughness that these boars have, or this boar has at least. The one on the bottom here takes 15 points of damage. The one at the top takes half. Also, it is deafened for a round. It can't hear anything. Its ears are ringing. Sort of shakes its head back and forth.
And as my third action, I will prepare to aid through. Where is it? Here we call the teachers.
Okay.
That's my turn.
So, Rask. You see the noise blast sort of explode over them.
Yeah, okay. So, 3 actions to use my lava bomb.
Mm-hmm. As you sort of pull it out of your bag and then sort of prepare it and throw it, they will both make that reflex save. 21.
Please
I
fail.
think there might be a critical failure there
Oh.
because of just how badly they are, clumsy, not reflexive. 21, this one will take 42. That would put it down to 0, but it uses reaction to keep alive for the moment.
Okay.
The other one takes the full damage, which was 21. Brings it
We're getting them
pretty close.
It's we're getting them close to death for the next turn.
That makes them easier to tap down with basic attacks.
But for now, the one that just got lava, sort of frozen lava, exploded over it, and sound sort of blasted in his ears. It can't hear anything, but it's still so angry, it's going to rush up at Rask and use a boar charge. 17 on the dice will be a crit against you, Rask. Its anger has not stopped it. Actually fueled it, but you avoid the worst of it.
I have great news for you.
Oh. And what is
So, I use Salt Wound
it? Okay.
to salt his wounds.
I must attempt a DC 20 Fortitude save. It was a 9. It will, unfortunately, just barely succeed. No persistent acid damage on anything like that. It will continue the assault.
It was worth a try.
It ignores the attempt at salting the wound, so I need to make this multiple attack penalty. There we go. 10 on the dice with a map. It just barely misses you. You're just barely pulling it away. Or holding it away from you.
Man, I was hoping that I could make it drop dead at the end of its turn.
This one is going to make a boar charge into the center of things, into Starnberg. And as it does, every time they do these boar charges, they're rolling really, really high. See if you can hold up against it, Starnberg. I think you can.
Certainly can.
Gonna go for a map, though, at the end of that. They've now put themselves in the fray once more after stepping back for the charge. Speaking of stepping back for the charge, this one's gonna go straight for Cal and also get a flank against Starnberg. Cal, the main target here.
I'm gonna use my amulet to shield Cal if this hits. Yep.
You are not within 20 feet of Cal.
Oh, darn it, it looks like I am.
Yep, if you measure 20 feet.
No, it says 20 feet.
Yeah, but you're not within 15 feet.
15 feet,
15
yeah, that's
feet
right.
is the, yeah. That's right. Yeah, the target of your exploit vulnerability would damage you or an ally. Okay, hold on. Yeah, you are an ally so your ally must be within 15 feet of you. The enemy doesn't have to, so that's a little bit better than the champion's, thing. But yes, they hit. Cal, you take
Sorry, Cal.
11 damage. Still holding up. It's gonna turn on Starnberg, though, noticing the flank.
Okay, now I use the amulet.
Starnberg, you turn around, sort of whipping your weapon out to make it not hit you. The other one's dead.
Let's see if we can take the weak ones out this turn. We'll have to hit each one twice.
It's fours.
Forrest will try to contribute to that duty by doing his bread and butter, an electric arc, against the one to the right of Starnberg and the one to the right of Rask.
Okay.
Thank you.
Split the beam, shooting this lightning out as you've been shooting all combat. And this one cannot dodge lightning on the right there. It's going to have to use its ferocity. Put it back to 1. Let's use its reaction.
This one at the bottom hits ferocity or not?
It takes half damage, so it does not get down to 0 hit points. It has to come down to 0 to use it.
Yeah, I just didn't know how close it was to 0.
Yeah.
Not yet.
My last action goes to a guidance for Starnberg.
Okay.
Make good use of it.
It's a good choice.
And Cal, you still have your aid on deck. I think.
Yes. Yep.
Uh,
I don't think
Starbuck.
anybody's needed it yet, though.
Okay, I need to consult with the party. Should I try and possibly really hurt the boy to my left, or should I try and hit the boy on the right ferocity?
The one on the
The
right.
one on your right.
Understood.
It still needs at least 2 hits to bring it down, so the faster we can do that, the better.
You can use your guidance with the second hit to like give yourself better chances. But I'm not sure how the math checks out overall.
I have a better idea.
Oh boy.
I also potentially have AoE that I can use on my turn, assuming... I don't know if I can use it from this position with Tresser there.
Don't you worry. I'll got
I
it.
I mean,
move
Tresser
it
doesn't
before we
mind it
If
if
I
it's gonna
step-
kill 2 boys, right?
If I step 1 to the left, I won't hit anybody.
I'm gonna go for an attack on the boy on the right here, first off.
I will.
Hitting me. I'm
Fortunately.
I
reroll-
will. Oh,
Here, what?
Oh.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
will
thank
crit,
goodness.
in fact.
That'll definitely bring it to 1.
Yeah.
Channeling, seeing Trezor in his field of view, emboldens him to put all his rage into this attack.
I'm glad I'm an
Slammed straight
inspiration
into
for
it.
you.
It would
Despite all my
die
rage.
if it was not a boar. Survives at 1.
Using my second action, I cast True Strike.
Okay. Fueled by that
Are
blood.
you casting spells in this household?
Starnberg's eyes narrow as his blood begins pumping within him, seemingly emboldening, sharpening his senses as he goes for another strike against this boar.
Mm-hmm. You know where it's going to be, and you hit it. Like you know it's where it's going to be. Did you do a map on that?
I did not. I'm
So
sorry.
it will be only a hit. Still, though, a hit is plenty. It brings this one down completely. No more ferocity to give. Alright.
And that's all 3 of my actions.
Trezor.
Alrighty. Rask, do you think you can handle hitting that boar once?
I can definitely do that.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go for the one that has help since I have exploit vulnerability. I'm gonna start by striding 25 feet over here.
Sure.
Then I'm gonna make 2 strikes against this boar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go further and say I'm confident that I can bring it down.
19. Again, with the really good rolls, that is definitely a crit.
So the 2 of you focus on the left one.
You've learned exactly where to strike, straight into the skull, top of the head,
Bonk.
and it takes a lot from that, but still holding on. It didn't crack. Dazed it, certainly.
And number 2.
Another 19.
19.
Not a crit, though. You would have had to have one more for that.
Still, exploit vulnerability.
Which, Cal, you
Add
haven't
next
used
element
your
of-
aid, have you?
I have not, but would that turn that into a crit potentially?
Yeah, it's hit by plus 9.
Yes.
Oh, you
Huh?
guys don't see that.
I don't.
guess,
Yeah, I don't
and
see that.
We
so
don't see that.
Maybe I should
Yeah.
allow that just so you guys can see how much, so you can.
yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
I'm not. It's hard to tell if it's worth it for me. So here's the occultism aid check.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
change
yeah.
that for next time.
That's
All
Okay,
right.
so roll crit damage then?
Roll crit damage instead. So hit the button again.
Oh, that's beautiful.
There we go. That is plenty to bring it down to
Another
1,
32.
but it's still holding on because of that ferocity.
Cal, use something with a reflex save. It just needs to take 1 damage.
I think that's you,
Crazy how
Tresser.
these things can do it infinite times, while orc players can only do it once a day.
Well,
I can
If
do
you're
it
not
3
confident,
times.
if you're not confident about it, feel free to delay.
when they hit wounded 3, they can no longer use the
They
ability.
die, yeah.
If I use an amped ignition here and blow Tresser and Starnbreak up, and
Feel,
myself,
feel free to delay if you want to.
I will use my final spite against you.
would, I'm going to use ignition on the one to myself.
Okay.
Hey, that's not a save spell.
It's a melee version. It doesn't. I'm not amping it, so it's not gonna splash.
Okay.
What's the chances that I miss?
Not high. You got it. You can roll the
Jinx
damage,
yourself
but it
like
goes
that.
down to 0.
Okay, Rask, now all the pressure's on you.
It's unless it somehow critically succeeds, it's going to die.
Anything else you do, Cal?
I'm gonna cast guidance on Rask.
All right, that'll help even more.
Just in case it critically succeeds and I have to do an attack afterward.
Yep. All right, what are you doing?
Either that or aid you again. Actually, can I do the aid action instead?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so I'll get rid of that guidance.
Okay. I gather up all of the water in my aura and push it in a big wave toward the one remaining boar.
Mm-hmm.
A big cone forward. Just a big blast of water. So reflex save.
All right. A wave crashes over it. It's not getting out of it in time, and it's already used its ferocity. It is falling to the ground, sort of battered by the waves. Awash in its own blood. That is the encounter.
Fun fact, I can shoot that in 2 directions and miss my allies.
It's fun.
Really good.
I have the ability now to make it a 3-action attack and exclude allies from the blast.
Oh, good. Yes.
Oh yeah, you may have to remind me to increase my drain condition after every spell cast.
Oh, yeah.
Did you
It's gotta
cast
be up to
anything?
you, but
Sure, strike.
Oh,
so, as you guys are picking up the pieces of your tents and replacing them, maybe roasting some boar for the night, now would be a good time to end the session.
Uh-huh.
Swords is still confused on why you're out here.
Understandable.
Runbrick is still in rage.
You are on the trail of these 3 strange people. Showed you so much kindness, but ended up being the only kind ones in town after they did seemingly something to some of your allies. The first ones to interact with them, shake their hand or place a hand on them, or they placed a hand on you, seemed to be enough. Cause some strange problem, strange difference of opinion when it comes to those they affected. Give yourselves 80 experience points for this encounter and 120 experience for figuring out what was going on, or at least most of what was going on. in
Quote
town.
unquote figuring out.
Well, you guys were in the right direction. I just needed to push you towards it. Because again, it's really hard for a DM to make a puzzle when, well, the DM knows the outcome of the puzzle. And the fact that you guys were just walking into town and having fun, meeting people, while I was literally conniving the whole time and setting things up. With every interaction you made. So that was fun. I like doing that. Quite the challenge to have people come up with random reasons to hate random people in the party as well. But I think I did pretty good with that too, with a lot of
You did.
gaslighting. So
That was really good.
Too tall.
I don't want to make my players paranoid, but sometimes I gotta, do fun things with a town.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm never gonna talk to anybody again, and you're not gonna touch anybody again.
We're never going into a town ever again.
Yep.
Nah, once we've solved this, I'm gonna be like, you know what? That wasn't so bad. I can overcome anything. And then I'm actually going to talk to somebody, and then I'm going to ignore the social anxiety that starts overwhelming me, and then maybe I'm going to put on my earplugs and go cry in a corner.
I'm gonna put my chips into late game revenge.
What we're actually gonna do is never donate to the poor again.
Yes. Today's lesson: never donate to the poor.
Is
It
this
might
what
be-
is this what happens when you guys go into towns up here on the surface? Usually.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, especially if you're my kind.
Well, I don't remember what happened, but I think so.
Hey, at least you've got pork.
Swords, we made a bet that you would give me all of your money, and I won the bet.
Well, I don't have any because I spent it all on whiskey.
That checks out.
You were never charged for that, by the way.
Oh,
Oops.
oopsie.
But, yes. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed watching. I always enjoy running. And especially today when I can do something fun with these sort of puzzly encounters, socially and all that. But yeah, you guys are well on the trail to figuring this all out and solving a little problem along the way of your big problems. So we'll see that the week after next week, because I'm going to MFF. I won't be here this Saturday. That'll be fun. Or this coming Saturday, you know. Yeah.
Very cool.
Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time. See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Have a good one.
If I can find my outro. There it is.